Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. You know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 925s, but we are still married to the games. Episode 263. Yes, sir. It's your boy Gabe Patillo with Tim Router, Ed Placencia, and Chris McCracken, of course. And as always, we are talking games and life and games. Thank you guys so much for being here this week. We are 5 years and 1 week old. It's pretty awesome. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fine. Nothing but games upon my mind.
Nice. Listen to you.
Let's kick it off with let's see, Tim Router.
Yes, sir.
What is going on with you, that Bishop?
Well, I mean, we all know. First off, it's a
Night show.
We've had a lot of night shows lately.
Yeah, man. Is this like 2 in a row? This is 2 in a row, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or 3 in a row?
Thanks to me and Mr. McCracken's schedules lately, we've had to be
keep being crazy,
doing that old workaround.
right?
Let's record early in the week. Let's record late in the week. Let's record early in the week.
That's the beauty of it, though, man. We're so flexible. That's
Let's
how it
never
goes.
record late in the
we
week
are.
again. That was stressful.
That was a little stressful.
That was,
Yowzers.
Yeah, man.
I ain't like that at all.
Man, Piper's topic of the week, and it's all we could do and think about this week, is the new house. We are moving in and closing on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
And we are moving in on Friday. So
He's on
it's
down,
actually,
he's on down the road.
it's actually, exactly. It's actually going to be really nice. Our friends, they...
Pauline and Pierre.
No, the Marshalls, the ones we went up to Michigan with.
Dang it. I thought I was going to
I
nail
can't hear
that
him
one.
say
if
the
it was
friends.
Pauline and Pierre, they would
Our
just be
friends who
hiring
live up
somebody to
in-
work for them. Oh, here's our
That's
workers.
right. Exactly. Our friends up in Michigan that we visited up in Michigan, her husband is the actual mover. He's moving us, and I talked to
that's
him,
right.
and he's coming down. And I think everybody's coming down, including their 2 girls, which Piper loves, and I think they're going to end up staying at our house too. But he's coming in with an 18-wheeler and a crew. And it's going to be amazing because we close on Friday. We do our final walkthrough at 9 a.m. and then we close at 11 a.m. And that whole time, he's just like, just point me where we need to go. So they're going to the storage. They're going to the storage units. They'll have all that loaded up. Then they'll go over to mom and dad's house and they'll start loading that up. So by the time we're done closing, we should have a packed truck and we'll just head on over there and unload this beast. So he's going to make it so nice for me, which is going to be awesome because I hate moving.
Yes. You guys are so good at making friends.
I know, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What is a deal?
We choose our friends wisely.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. I mean, you have to understand, because that's how me, Tim, Lauren, and Jenny met. It was like,
Exactly.
we just like happen to randomly run into each other.
How many times? At least
on the
3
street.
times. Yes, 3 times.
We're like, oh, look, it's the same guy. Oh, it's you guys again. And so we're like hugging it up and everything. Every single time we've seen these strangers.
Absolutely.
The only
so
thing that was a
funny.
little weird was I thought that Lauren's name was Maggie because we had met the dog as well the first time.
Yeah, that's
So-
right. Because you came in the
Maggie
store
and
the first
Maggie.
time.
I was like, what's the wife's name? Is it Maggie? She was like, no, that's the dog. I was like, oh shit.
Like,
You
oh,
were
man, I
close.
thought he was really talking down to his wife.
That's right.
Exactly.
Like, Maggie, be quiet.
Yeah.
Sit.
And then they had a help wanted sign in their window, and we were
Yeah,
like,
man.
I mean, we're running into them all over the place anyway. We're already hugging.
It was Destiny.
It was Destiny too.
It was Destiny too.
Night
Night show. Street team. No, I won't bring that one back up.
Oh man.
That's good stuff. Yeah, man. So it's gonna be all about us moving and shaking this weekend. And Piper's got a soccer game on Saturday, and of course all this
Oh
other
my
stuff.
gosh.
But like, it's just like bring it on. You know, I'm actually really excited. We're gonna be a family of 3 again. We don't have to worry about not leaving a dish in the sink or
Y'all
anything
not have
like that.
Thaxton no more?
What's that?
Y'all ain't got Thaxton no more?
No, we have Thaxton.
Oh, he just don't count as family.
He doesn't. He doesn't count. That's so mean. No, man, we love our Thaxton. He's
Well,
just
you
a
said
turd,
family of
that's all.
3. I was just wondering.
Well, I mean, humans. Let's say in human terms.
Sorry,
in
gotcha,
human
gotcha,
terms.
gotcha.
I always say family of 3, and my third is just a fur baby. So I'm just saying.
Oh, nice, nice.
Fur baby.
But it's like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be homeowners again, and I'm kind of crying because now I have a mortgage again, and it's just it's like, man, this not paying a mortgage for the last 6 months was pretty amazing. But I cannot thank my in-laws enough. I mean, not a whole lot of people can live with their in-laws for 6 months, but my in-laws are amazing anyway, and they're just such great people, and so they've been awesome. So it's been
nice.
It really has been fun, and it's actually we're a little kind of bittersweet about it. We're like, oh man, we're gonna miss this, and Piper even said it too. He's like, I'm gonna miss Mimi and Pop Pop.
That's awesome.
And to be honest,
You'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, once we get in, it'll be great. But I mean, it's just been a crazy week. After we recorded last week, I had to try my headphones on and play a little bit more Dishonored, and I ended up playing until 4:00 in the morning.
Yes.
Then I had to get up for our first initial walkthrough, which lasted 4 hours in the house. There's just all kinds of stuff going on.
So is everything done now? Like because I know last time you were saying they still had some stuff to finish up. Is that all behind you now?
Yeah, no, I mean, no, it's in the process right now, and we're waiting on a few other things because I told you one of the glass panes of the shower smashed and chipped everything.
Oh,
and
yeah,
so
that's right.
They're getting all that replaced, and but yeah, I mean, we're it looks like we're still closing at 11 a.m. on Friday, so that's good.
Nice, man.
But we'll and they've been really good because the house next to us closed like a week before us, and they just like went in there and tore it up and got everything done that needed to get done, and next thing you know, our neighbors are moving in. So they'll get it all put together. They'll rally the troops and it'll be good. So yeah, man, it's just been that. I haven't packed a thing, which is kind of weird, but like I kind of don't need to just because a lot of it is
did you fully unpack really?
Yeah. That's the thing. We kind of I mean, we just have clothes and stuff, and I'm going to Pauline and Pierre have a van that they're letting us borrow, and so like I can just make trips back and forth and just get the small stuff. But like, it's just going to be so nice to have like the storage units. They'll just take care of. I don't have to touch anything. And then Lauren's just going to be there delegating where to put everything once we get in the new house. And I got Comcast coming on Saturday, so I'll have internet and TV. And man, it'll be good. So we're really excited. It's a new chapter.
Isn't that first night always so weird when you don't have anything?
Yeah.
Like the fridge is bare, like the lights just got cut on, the pipes are going for the first time.
Our
you have
fridge
no internet
comes
or TV.
on Friday. Exactly. Like they're delivering the fridge on Friday. We've got Comcast coming Saturday. The security company's coming on like Monday or Tuesday or something like that. And it's just like, and now we're just like, oh man, we got to think of everything now. We got to get like just cleaning supplies and like, because we basically purged and got rid of so much stuff. And so we got to like retake inventory of what's going on. And, but it's going to be great. We're really excited about it. And Piper's really excited about it, which is great too. She's like, I'm really excited for the new house. She's going to have her own room upstairs, and she'll have a nice playroom. And I think it's going to be really great. And I'm excited for her.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Good deal.
Yeah, man, it's been going really well. So I have a feeling that's probably it for my gaming this week. I'm going to have to pack everything up. I may try and get a little bit in the morning or maybe even after this podcast. I don't know. I've got a ton of work to do. Of course, all these projects show up like right as I'm moving too. And I'm like, I got to get this done and this done.
Right.
So I will probably be a little bit of a non-gamer for the next couple days. And then I got to figure out where I'm going to put everything and get it all set up. But man, those SteelSeries headphones are fantastic. Holy cow. Oh, man, they are great. They fit really snug on your ear. The battery lasts forever. And they just sound really, really good. So I'm really happy with that purchase.
Nice.
And I'm plowing through Dishonored. I finished Chapter 3 finally.
Nice.
And so I still got 2 more to go. I totally cheated on some of those safe codes, but I didn't really care. I pulled a Chris McCracken and was like, I'm looking this up because I don't have time.
It ain't cheating. It's just the way to do it, man.
Yeah, it is, man. I was just like,
ain't
I don't
nobody
have
got time for
this.
that. Just go through it.
Think about it, because October 10th comes around, we got Shadow of War. So it's like that's my next game that I'll be playing, because Assassin's Creed doesn't come out till later in October. I mean, October is just gonna stress me out because of all the games that we got.
Don't let it stress you out, man.
No, I mean, in a good way. It's like a good stress, but we'll see.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah, man, look up everything.
Yeah,
Just
look
do
up
it.
everything. Yeah, that's a good
Look
idea.
it all up.
That's right. Pull a Chris McCracken and just look up everything and get it all done.
Do
In
it,
fact, you
man.
don't even have to play the game. Just read it and you'll be good.
You can always do that. That's the extreme, though.
That's the extreme McCracken. The extreme McCracken. So there it is. That's it for me. I'm moving, and this will be my last time in the attic. So Router will no longer be recording in the
Doc.
attic. I will be in
Wow.
a room like a normal human being by
Nice.
next week.
You
So
get-
it'll be
Nice.
awesome.
So in a room, not back in the car. You're in a room, right?
Yeah, I think I'm going to be in the room, and we'll
There
see.
you go.
Good.
He's gonna be in the car.
I'll probably be in the car in the attic.
Oh,
You know when you're just so used to something, you're just like, yeah,
Exactly.
it just feels right. So we'll
You're
see.
like, if I
We'll
can't
see.
smell mothballs, I'd rather be in the car.
I'd rather smell exhaust. So yeah, it's perfect.
He actually
you
had
go.
them build a car access ramp to the attic.
Yes, there you go.
got a car
I
up in
love
the
it.
attic.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Love it. That's it for me, gentlemen.
Well, I guess we should keep the house stuff going.
Yeah.
Because our boy Chris McCracken has also been on the hunt.
Yes, how's
Oh,
the
yeah, I've
hunt?
been on the hunt. This, like, I opened up my little notes app where I usually write, this is what I've been doing. Of course, we just recorded, it feels like a day ago, but the last time, and I'm looking at my notes, I'm like, oh, there's nothing here, because all I've been doing is just, at work, we've just been going, because we've been doing a lot of shooting, and then over the entire weekend, we went and saw, I want to say, at least 8 houses, maybe
Oh,
more.
yeah.
And actually, if you total it all, it was probably closer to 10 or 12, but some of those I didn't get to do because I did have a photo shoot I had to do on Saturday, like a little side job that I had to do. And so Stacy looked at about 3 houses, I think, on her own. And then on Sunday, we saw just a ton of houses. And then in the evening, one of the last ones that we went and saw, we really, really liked. And so we kind of mulled it over and we decided to put an offer in on it.
Oh, nice.
And we were kind of scrambling because we had like a pinch hitter realtor that was kind of showing us the things because our realtor was out on vacation and she was flying in
wow.
like overnight on Sunday, Monday.
And this will be the second house that you put an offer in on, right?
Yes, it is. The first one though, like we put in the offer, but we kind of lowballed it thinking, well, we don't really want to pay that price. And we weren't expecting them to really take us. And it's just like, if they take the price we do, then great. But, we don't
I
want to
got
pay
you.
their high. So
Right.
we kind of knew it wasn't going to go anywhere. But yes, technically, this is the second one. But this is the first
Gotcha,
one
gotcha.
where we've really been like, oh man, like on pins and needles, trying to not let ourselves get excited because it's like, if it falls through, we don't want to be heartbroken kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And we heard today that we got chosen.
Hey!
They're taking our offer.
Hey, all right.
Da,
Yes.
da, 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 da.
Boom.
Congratulations,
So now
McCracken.
Yeah,
I know,
Thanks.
right?
So now we
That's
start
awesome.
the whole option period thing, and assuming nothing crazy shows up there,
Yeah.
I mean, we should be fine. Because this is in some ways, if you look, depending on how you look at it, this is the more fun part because now we know, hey, this deal's not going to go away unless we decide to walk away. We don't got to worry about all these people just dropping out on us
Yeah.
last minute.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
true.
it's pretty
That's
much
right, that's right.
it's pretty much up to us. So.
Nice.
Barring anything weird and crazy, like, oh, that wall goes to a portal to, Narnia, and then we don't want to deal with that. As long
That'd
as
be
it's
kinda
not
cool,
amazing.
though. Yeah, that'd be
That
cool.
would be cool.
That's true, but,
You'd be like,
I
dang, they
don't know.
only want this kind of money for this house that goes to Narnia, though?
Right.
Oh, this is our pet Aslan lion.
Yeah,
It's all
exactly.
good.
He just comes around every now and then.
Not everybody's got like a half man, half goat running around.
That's true. But yeah, as long as there's not something totally crazy, hopefully it'll go the distance. And we'll
But we
we'll finally
do
be
all
back in the
agree
house.
that if it had that, that'd be okay, right?
Yeah,
would be
that would be
amazing.
okay.
Are you kidding?
That actually would be okay.
I'd pay more.
I was always jealous of Webster's like clock that he could walk out of. If you could go to Narnia, I'd be real jealous.
Exactly.
What's this wardrobe doing here? Oh my gosh.
Like, and you guys don't have kids, so you don't have to worry about the Ice Queen or what.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Witch
none
or
of that.
whatever.
We should keep
You
Ellie
get to go
locked
see
away.
Santa. Santa lives in Narnia.
It's amazing.
So outside of that, all it's been is just work. And then Stacy, she's actually flying out, I think, on Sunday to head back to New Jersey. I'm
Jersey.
shooting like 3 out of the 5 days this week. So luckily, this whole house stuff is hitting right now. So she can kind of take care of some of it while I'm shooting, and I can fill in where I am. That way, it's not just all being dumped on just her or just me. We're kind of being able to share it back and forth, but still take care of all the stuff that we need to take care of. So that's really good.
Yeah.
We're gonna
and
find out
then-
that Stacy's actually been shooting a reality TV show with her alter ego up there in New Jersey.
Seriously.
Maybe. You never know.
The Jersey Shore too.
I was just gonna say that.
Oh my god. That would be the worst.
She's
would
like,
not
you don't
that
know
at
me,
all.
please. You don't know me, please. I'm like, oh my god.
She would not like that at all.
Exactly. That's
Quite
what I'm saying.
frankly,
It's her
neither would
alter
I.
ego.
That's why it's so funny.
I know, right?
So pretty much life-wise, that's everything that's been happening since we last recorded. Gaming-wise, it's still just the Destiny 2. And
Nice.
I did play a little bit of Overwatch with Stacy and Katie and Kale. We wanted to give the whole Junkertown map a try. And
Oh yeah, what'd you think?
it was good. The one thing that I was a little bit nervous about was, okay, I've been playing a lot of Destiny, and in the past anyways, when you would jump from first-person shooter to first-person shooter that had different control schemes, it would take me a bit to get my head wrapped back around, but I didn't have any trouble. It was just like right back to riding a bike. It's like,
good.
There you go.
it's kind of like I can do this one, and it's like that's where my I'm all full of what I can remember is these two.
Yeah.
So if I go to a third one, it's probably all going to just fall apart. But it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed. I didn't get to play Diva. I want to try out all her new missile stuff that she's got going on, and I didn't get to play Mercy either, which I really want to check out all her stuff. But of the stuff that I did get to check out, it was a lot of fun, and I like the Junkertown map. It's pretty cool. On Destiny 2, we did so last week we did, or the week before last, we did the raid, and we got to about halfway through it, and that took us about 6 hours.
Wow.
And of course, we found out that about 3 of those hours were spent on a room that was bugged, and we just had to go to orbit and then come back in, and we were fine.
Oh, right.
That's right.
So this go around, something that I didn't realize about the raid that we found out this time is there's these 4 different rooms that you have to go through before you get to the boss stage. And apparently they're thrown at each time you go into the raid, they come at you in a random order. And I didn't know that. I was expecting it to be the exact same thing. So when we went in to do the raid this time, we got thrown in, I think it's all kind of like themed off of like Greek stuff, if you will, or like Roman kind of thing. So like there's the pleasure gardens, and then there's the bathhouse or whatever it's called, and then all these different things that are kind of like the Roman times and whatnot and Greek stuff. And so we got thrown right into, I think it's called the pleasure gardens, but it's where it's the one where you have to do the stealth mechanic, and it was the one that we just couldn't get past the week before. So I was like, oh my gosh, we can't even like get a ramp up and then go into it. We got to start with the hardest part. So it took us a little while to get through it, but once we did that, we were able to blast through the rest and get to the final boss. And about 7.5 hours later, we couldn't beat him. We couldn't beat the final boss. But it was really, it was like we had started at 6, and I think it was almost 1 o'clock.
Oh
So
my god.
we're like, okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and hang it up. And then the next night, we're like, I hit it out on the clan chat, and I was like, hey, if everybody that was in the team was free, we can give the boss another shot, because we'd reached the boss like towards the end, obviously, and we were all tired and everything. So we're like, we'll be refreshed and refocused, and we got so close to beating. We just played another. I think we played another 4.5 hours.
Really?
Oh,
do you have to
man.
start? Like, do you start at the boss, or where do you start?
Yeah,
when you
so it
jump back in?
checkpoints at each of the main little stages.
Oh, nice,
So
nice.
there is this one thing with this raid that's a little bit different. Is there's this little, I don't know what the name of it is, but there's this area in the middle that you always have to do this certain. It's almost similar to like if anybody's played Destiny. There's these things called public events where it's just these certain tasks you have to do that show up randomly in the open world part. It's kind of like that, where you have to do a certain task and it unlocks the room that you go into, and that's where the checkpoint is. But to start in that new room, you have to do that open area like task again. Well, we found there's a way that you can go underneath the ship, and you can bypass that and just go straight to the boss room.
Yeah.
So that's where our checkpoint was. We just passed all that and went straight to it. But I mean, we've got him. It gets, so there's basically 4 damage phases that you can get up to. Where that means in that stage you can do damage on the boss. Before that, you're doing all these other things just to get to that point, and you can do that up to 4 times before it'll just you've ran out of chances, kind of thing. And when you get towards the end, if you have to go all the way to the 4th one, it gets ridiculously crazy with all the extra little ads that are in there and all that kinds of stuff. I mean, it's really, really crazy. And so we got to the 4th stage 2 times, I think it was, and both times, right when we came into that area to start damaging, it just all fell apart and people would die. And the thing about this raid is at each of the different stages, like where they're not always boss fights, but where you have the actual different stages, not the little common area, you only have 6 revives. So you have 6 people on the team. So each person has a revive token.
Wow.
So if a person goes down, somebody has to use a revive token. And once they've used it, they don't have a revive token anymore. And now somebody else has to use that token.
Wow.
So on the final boss fight, it's kind of similar to anybody who's played the original Destiny Vault of Glass, which was the very first raid, where 3 members of the team stay in one realm and 3 others are teleported to a different realm. And the ones in this one realm have to do things that are affecting the other realm and vice versa. So
wow.
what happened was all the people in one realm were out of revive tokens, and the other people in the other realm, we had 1, I think. But by the time we got out and got over to where that person was, there wasn't enough time to revive them and not wipe. And the other thing about the tokens as well is it used to be that you want to revive your people because if everybody dies, you wipe. But now if a person dies, they have to be revived within 30 seconds or it's a complete total wipe.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it's
They're not making it easy.
Yeah, it's crazy and it's difficult and it gets super frustrating at times, but my gosh, is it a ton of fun.
Yeah,
gonna say.
and it's gonna be
It's
so
just-
rewarding when you beat that thing too.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
And I'm saying the 2 times when we got him down, I mean, one of the times, literally, I think like a gun clip, like if I could have shot one more full clip, he would have been down. And my hands are sweating so badly, and I'm like, my heart is pounding.
Yeah.
And so it's like, which I would, even if we had beat it, I'd still would want to play it again and everything. But right now, I'm so hungry for beating it. And nobody, right at
that's
the
so cool.
moment, nobody in our clan has beaten the raid. And I so want to be on the team that unlocks that little token for our clan the first time. I mean, I'm glad if anybody in our clan does it, kudos to them. I just want our team to do it. But I would feel so good if I could be like, all right, guys, I had a hand in this and here it is. So it's just this thing gnawing at the back of my head. It's like, oh, I want to beat this raid so bad. It's like all I think
what
about.
level do you have to be at? You guys were saying like 280, 290?
So I think you can actually get in there at 270, and similar to the Nightfall. At the Nightfall, I think the starting point is 230 or maybe
It's 240.
240. Okay, 240. But you really want to be 10 levels above that to really adequately have a chance. I mean, you've got to be really beast to be at the entry level and be able to stay alive. It's just way too.
wow.
You can't put out enough damage. The enemies do so much more than you do. So I would tell anybody that's looking in to get in the raid, you need to be at least like 280 or higher.
Mhm.
And so the first time we did the raid, I think I was at 279. And then this week when we were doing the raid, I was about 286. And right now I'm sitting at 290. So the next time we get into the raid, hopefully most of our team is at the higher 280s or maybe a few pushed over 290, which Kale was the only one on our team. He's 290. He was 292. I think he's even higher now. But it's just the higher you can get your level, the more damage that you put out and the more damage you can take. So it only helps.
Okay.
What class are you going with these raids?
The only class that I have that's high enough to do the raid at the moment is the Hunter, but that's the class that I play the most, even in Destiny 1.
Right.
I am gonna. I created a Warlock class, and I'm going through the story and trying to finish that, and then I'll do the Titan class. But the main reason I'm doing both of those is because I want to get the trophy to go towards the platinum. I'll play them once they're leveled up high enough, but I'm not going to be using. I'll almost always use my Hunter, and just if I need to fill in with a different character, okay, I'll go switch over maybe. But the majority of my play is done with my Hunter. That's the class that I prefer. So yeah, it's. I mean, it's really kind of nuts.
I want to join in on that so badly. You have no idea.
I'm telling you, man, and because there's 3 of us in the same house on the same not the greatest of the world internet. I'm like, Ed's like, hey, have you streamed that? I was like, man, I don't even like looking at my internet connection when I'm playing this. And then Gabe was like, oh yeah, if I can jump in there with you, maybe I can stream. I was like, dude, I would love that. Not only so that we could share it, but also because I just want to raid with Gabe again.
Well, and it's one of those things that we've talked about in the past where some games provide an amazing experience in the game, and then some games provide an experience in the game, and then the story that comes out of it is almost overtakes what you actually did, the camaraderie with the people that you played it with. And I feel like the raids is quintessentially that. It's like, it's so hard fought, and it's sweaty, and you're yelling at each other, and you're like, I'm down, I'm down, I'm down. And somebody's coming and reviving you, and you're just like, you're literally playing the best you ever play. in those moments. I feel like because
awesome.
your level is brought to those around you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like Kale and Breadfan are better than me at Destiny. And so I feel like my level goes up. Even when we were doing PvP the other night, I feel like I played way better with them than I had played, you know, earlier in the week. And so it's just so much fun getting in there, yelling, sweating it out. And then when you actually beat it, especially with like the strikes or the nightfalls, those are way easier. The strikes are. I know nightfall can be tough. But then with these raids, it's just such a gratifying feeling. Everybody's yelling and like, yeah, we did it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
That's so
much
great.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and this raid in particular, compared to all the previous ones, is way more technical, like in what you have to do. But it's each stage when we beat it, it was just so much fun. Like it's like once you get your head wrapped around what's going on, and like Kale had watched a lot of stuff because again he had that first week and a half that Destiny came out, and there was information coming about the raid, and so he watched some videos and whatnot. So he's basically, each time we would get in a room for the first time, or if anybody on the team it was their first time, he's explaining the mechanics. And when you just listen to him talk, you're like, there is no way I'm going to ever be able to do this. I don't even understand what you just said. But then you do it a few times, and it's like it clicks. And it's like,
yes,
I could not explain it as well as he could, but it feels like a well-oiled machine when you're just hitting on all the cylinders and making it happen. And it's so gratifying. It's one of the most gratifying things in gaming I've ever done is stuff in raids in Destiny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I got about 20 whatever you call it, levels. I don't know. 20 levels to go. So I know it can be a grind, but you can actually start hopping up. When you get to where I am, where you're at the end of the game, there's like a lull there around 260, 265, where it feels like you're beating your head against the wall. But if you like just kind of concentrate on what they call milestones that offer kind of the higher gear, you can start hopping up. And then once you get to 280, Kale was telling me too that, you know, with the help of the mods and things that you can put on the weapons and your gear that you're wearing, you can kind of like bump up a little bit. So I'm excited to get there.
Yeah, plus this go around with Destiny 2 and the whole clan feature that they have. So as your clan starts unlocking different levels, and then you unlock little, I don't know exactly what they call it. We'll say milestones just to use that term. You can go to this vendor who has clan rewards, and usually the clan rewards are higher than what you're just finding out in the world, whatever currently. Because usually what you get from like any of the other vendors is it'll be, let's say that you're at 285. Well, you'll get a bunch of gear that will drop at like maybe 282. And every once in a while, one will be a little bit higher or maybe right at your level. But when you get the gear from your clan leveling up and unlocking one of these little nodes, you go and pick up that armor, it's usually above what your current level is. Now, it could be
mine's starting to drop at 273, 275, even though
and it could be, it's random, so it could be a helmet, or it could be arms, or it could be a gun. It may not be something that you want or you need, but more than likely, it's going to help you at the very least get your light level up somewhere, or your power level. So that's been a lot of fun. Like, we're all celebrating in the clan chat, like, oh, we unlocked this other one, or we reached level 3, or whatever, and because everybody gets a bonus from that, you know, it really incentivizes people to want to do it even more. And I think we're at like 47 members, so if you're looking for a clan, we still got some room.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we still got some room because I think 100 members is the cap. So
and our last clan got to 100 members, so we know we can get there.
Yep, absolutely.
I love it. That is awesome, Chris McCracken.
Me, good service.
Ed Placencia.
Yes, sir.
What about you, Doc?
We had a nice week. It's definitely been a week of it's nice to be in a small townness kind of a feel.
Oh yeah.
Friday,
that's nice.
Yeah, it's been really cool. Friday we started off, and Friday Dad was inducted into the high school's Hall of Honor.
Yeah, I saw you tweet about that.
That's really
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. Him and two other men were they get their plaques up on the wall outside the library, and you know it's just because of something they've done, whether in academics or public service or something like that, that they honor people. And so that was really cool to see. I know it really meant a lot to him. And then that night at the football game, at halftime, it was the homecoming game, and then at halftime they brought them out on the field and recognized them again. And one thing that was so cool after the game, I ran into a couple people I graduated with, and we were talking and catching up, and the game was over, and they said, the two teams kind of they after they shake each other's hands, then they kind of go to their own coach on their own side of the field, and they kind of have like a team meeting or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then after the team meeting, everyone from the stands goes out onto the field and makes a huge circle, and the coach leads a prayer.
Oh, wow.
Really?
And this is a public school. And it was just, I guess this is the second year they've done it, but after every home game, or after every game, actually, even if it's an away game, everyone from the school goes out onto the field, makes a big circle around the field. They hold hands and the coach prays.
That's great.
Wow.
And I thought that was so
Nice.
cool. And they were talking about how, it's gotten to the point where now other teams will join in for the post game prayer, and, win or lose. It's been that was a really cool thing to see.
Mm.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And my first thought was, well, you won't see this at a big school, and,
Nope.
and,
Yes.
and the person I was talking to said, well, it's not a school run thing. It's not mandatory. It's a student led thing. And that's why they can do it. But still, it was, you couldn't do that in a bigger area before someone started complaining or protesting or throwing a stink about whatever.
Or kneeling during the national anthem.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry, I went
so-
topical.
Sorry, what topical?
So that was really cool to see. Also this week started our fall fair is in town, and that's really cool. Sarah and I live about a mile maybe from downtown, so each day we just walk down to the fair. My uncle runs the taco wagon, and so we go get some tacos and just walk around and
I want to own a taco wagon.
I know,
Yeah,
it's
man.
so cool.
Taco wagon sounds amazing.
I know.
Oh my gosh, it's awesome. It's so good. And so today I was like, around 1, I was like, Sarah, we should walk downtown and get a taco. And she's like, yes. So it's just kind of cool to be able to do that. And again, run into old friends that I hadn't seen in years and years. So that was nice. This weekend, of course, was the free Overwatch weekend. And so that gave me an excuse to play on Xbox because I have it on PlayStation. And it was really cool. Just when I first started playing, I had people like Chris McCracken and Stancil and Gil and Lem who, the whole time I'm playing, what does LB do if I'm this person? What does this mean? And so it was really cool to be that person on the other side now and kind of help Mark Boucher. And it reminded me of the time I was in New York, and the first time being on the subway, someone asked me for directions and I could help out. And I remember thinking, oh, wow,
Right.
I'm one of them.
I'm a New Yorker a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So it was really cool to be like, oh, I'm kind of okay at this game. And so it was nice. Played with Mark Boucher a couple times. Lem jumped in with us. And I'm really bad at Overwatch on Xbox, as bad as I am on PlayStation. I'm even worse. And I remember asking Lem, I was like, is it the controller? I am noticeably different. And he said, yeah, it might be the controller. And I'm thinking, is it maybe how would, I always hear people talk about, oh, this one feels better than this. I never noticed a difference. But, and then even before we started recording, Gabe, you had mentioned how people said the controller, people have mentioned, kind of responds differently on each console.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe that's what it is. But I definitely noticed a difference.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah. And there's also a huge difference in the time you wait for a game.
Oh, really?
We were waiting anywhere from 1 to 2 minutes in between a game just to find another game.
Oh, what the
And
heck?
Wow.
I thought, well, maybe there's a lot of people on. It's the free weekend or what have you. And Lem said, well, see, I'm going to PlayStation. And so he hopped off and left.
He's like, I actually want to play.
Exactly.
Just ditched you.
And apparently he said over there, the wait time was what it usually is. It wasn't that long at all over on the PlayStation side. So I don't know why that is, or I can't explain it, but I did find that was a little odd. That was probably the biggest difference for me, at least, besides being so much worse at the game, playing it on Xbox. Sarah and I have been playing just a crap load of Lego Dimensions all week. And just really squeezing every amount of fun we can get out of that. And then today we played the Lego Ninjago movie video game. And
Jeez, what a title.
Exactly. And we love the Lego games, but this is fun.
What?
Really?
Nice.
If
What's
you've
different
never
about it?
It's just I don't know if it's the ninja aspect. They introduce some really cool mechanics into it. But when I got done, I looked at Sarah and I was like, that was fun, right? And she was like, that was a lot of fun.
Wow.
So if you've played a Lego game, I highly recommend it. And if you haven't, this is a great launch pad for you because it is so much fun. We just played, we're on the beginning of the 3rd chapter, but they've also introduced what they have in games like Far Cry and Assassin's Creed, where you can use tokens to buy powers.
Okay.
Ooh.
And I was impressed that they introduced that kind of a system as well. I was like, look at Lego kind of stepping up and playing around with the big boy stuff. So it was really, really fun. We know nothing about Ninjago. And actually, Lem and Mark Boucher told me while we were playing Overwatch that I was like, I don't know the Ninjago cartoon. I've never seen it. I'm not familiar. And they were like, no, that's a Lego thing that they made up. And it's just a Lego thing. So I thought that was, it's just, they just made a bunch of sets, Lego sets about Ninjago. And so, I felt a little better jumping in knowing that I didn't have to know a lot about the cartoon that I thought existed or whatever. So it was a lot of fun.
I saw the actual movie this weekend and Piper enjoyed it as well.
Did you like it?
Yeah, and I never knew anything about it, but it's a typical Lego style movie. There are so many one-liners in that movie that it was really, really good. So
they're really good at that. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the writing. They always have good writing in that. There's just all these little punchlines that are hilarious.
That's awesome. Yeah, so it was a good week, both in the real world and in the virtual world. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
I love it.
All right, Mr. Patillo, hit us up, man. What's going on with you?
Yeah.
What to do?
Let's see. Was working today, helping the wifey get ready. She's gonna head down to Dallas here in a couple weeks for the celebration, alongside what's it called? Chip and Joanna Gaines from Fixer Upper.
Yep.
They throw a thing called the celebration down in Waco, Texas, and her company Love and Lion is going to be a part of it as one of the vendors, and so that's very, very cool. So we're a little stressed out, but we're pushing through. We're trying to just kind of like make it really good. Last time they just kind of had a table and some stuff, and they're like really wanting to do like a backdrop and some walls and stuff like that. So we're just trying to figure out how to make that and then make it break down enough to where they can ship it, and then to where it's not too hard to, re-erect it when when you get to Dallas, and I won't be there. And so I'm coming in for the last couple days of it, but she's going to be there from earlier in the week. So that's a couple weeks from now. So we're just been working on that today, especially. On Friday, though, was kind of a fun day. Was it Friday or Saturday? It might have been Saturday night. We have a thing called Pilgrimage Fest.
Did you guys go?
Okay.
Well, we didn't go because it was like, when they set the tickets, you had to buy them for both days, and they were like $175. And me and Jenny were like, we're only really trying to go see one guy. And
you went to your friend's house?
Exactly. You're actually not wrong. I went to my sister-in-law's house, whose house is actually almost right there on the property. And so we just went to her backyard and got a picnic blanket, and me, her, and Amara sat on the roof of our van and watched Justin Timberlake.
That's right.
So you can see them.
Nice.
That is
you can see the
awesome.
stage and everything. So you mainly are just watching the screens, the big screens that they have going on. So it's kind of like we went to a drive-in live concert.
Hey, it's totally worth it, man. I heard he crushed it too.
Yeah, he killed. I mean, it's Justin Timberlake. So I mean, he's been my guilty pleasure for forever. Like back when you shouldn't have liked him as like I liked him then. Yep. And so, and I still like him now. So it's fun too with him like kind of claiming Franklin as his new home. I guess he's building a house here. And so one of my buddies today was like, dude, I just drove past Justin Timberlake. He's on Main Street in downtown Franklin. So it's just kind of like, cool that he's here.
Yeah.
And he's talking about raising his family here and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool for Justin to be close and stuff like that. So that was really fun. Mara was pretty bored until he played the song from Trolls. But me and Jenny were thoroughly enjoying it all.
Of course, you guys were jamming.
Yeah,
and your 6-year-old's just like, what is this?
Yeah, right. He's like, I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. She's like, oh my gosh, would you stop dancing?
Is he done yet?
Yeah, exactly. Can we go home? And then he's like, can't stop the feeling. She's like, whoa. So,
I can't find it.
So that was fun to go do, and then went up to Pennsylvania and played the fair up there, and came back. So that was playing a fair.
That was a fair.
Yeah. So that means a lot of cornhole happened backstage.
Oh, yeah.
We got the cornhole boards out. I guess they call them. I guess they call it bags up north. So
really?
They were like, "What's this?"
Yeah.
We were like, cornhole." They were like, "What?"
Yeah, they call it bags, I think. Yeah.
We call it bags. We were like, "Oh, we're from the South. We call it cornhole." So we did a lot of that. Did the show. Show went great. It was fun.
Good.
And so not a whole lot of game. I'm trying to get like those little spurts of Destiny in there. What kills me though is like I finally like we kind of had gotten everything done yesterday, and me and Jenny are chilling out, and it's early. It was like 9:30, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna get some Destiny in. Man, I sat down and had to do a doggone update that I didn't even know had got pushed out. I was like, no. So I went and played Rocket League, which I hadn't played in forever, and just got my butt spanked mercilessly over
Nice.
and over and over and over and
Yeah,
over and over and over again. And
Wow.
so and over and I'm just kidding. But so that was a rough night. So I went to bed like really frustrated because like I'm one of those guys that I don't like to end on a loss.
Yeah,
And so
I'm
it's
with you.
like I'm always like, live just one more because I gotta end on a win. And so and then like Milo just did not want to sleep last night. So me and Jenny finally like work our way to bed at like 2 a.m. after promising ourselves we were gonna go to bed at midnight. And then he starts crying like around 3:30. And then that joker stayed up, and I'm trying to let, Jenny's got to feed him. And then I'm trying to let Jenny sleep because I know, just being a mom is a lot of work. So I know the next day just of being a mom is a bunch of work. And so we put him down, and he will not stop crying. I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, all right, let me go get him. That joker stays up till 5:15.
Wow.
And then we got to get up at 7 for Amara. And so, just for school. So Jenny handled the morning. I was like a zombie, like, what is the name?
Wow.
Just point me at what is the name? I'm going to go lay down. So she let me sleep for like another hour and brought
Is he
breakfast
teething
home
or
and
did he
everything.
just have a night?
Probably all of that. Probably a
Yeah.
little bit of teething, probably had a night, probably was hungry, you know what I'm saying? And so, we're kind of coming to the end of the breastfeeding thing. So it's not like on and popping like it was Thanksgiving, you know what I'm saying? Every day like it was 6 months ago. And so, I think he was probably just hungry and bored or something like that. I have no idea. But that joker was trying to be up and at him. So I like gave him a squeezy, some freaking peas and whatever, apple. And then and he
Scotch to go.
Exactly. I gave him freaking NyQuil and put him back down. I was like,
Seriously.
don't tell your mom.
That's right.
You tell your mom I'll kill you, make another one look just like you.
I have thought about that many a times in the early years. Like, man, if I just give her just a little something.
Didn't we get a little something like you? We turned out fine,
Probably.
right? Sheesh, Louise.
I know.
Just dip my finger in the whiskey thing. Just suck on my
I
finger for a
have for a
second.
fact that my ER doctor friend said that he has given his children when they had a cough, like some whiskey or bourbon, because the effects
Clears
are the
out the
exact
chest.
same. Yeah, it clears out the chest. I'm like, I got to use that one day.
Say it with your chest. So,
Say it with the chest.
So it was a rough night, and it's been a rough day. But I think because we stayed so busy, I was just so exhausted all day. But because we stayed so busy, it was kind of like you get a pep in your step. And then when me and Jenny start dreaming together about like, well, okay, and then maybe if we did this, and well, what if we did this? And we're at Home Depot, we're getting the plywood and everything, and it's like, all right, stuff starts coming together. So you kind of get a little amped. And then I got to use my shed because my garage is like all tore up, and the shed has nothing in it. And I was like, I could probably go build these in the shed. It's just like, yeah.
Nice.
So I went out there and got to work in there for a little bit until it got dark because there's not electricity out there yet. So I'm glad I paid all that money to go woodwork back there.
Yeah, that's how that goes.
Yeah, exactly. So that's been it. I'm just hoping to get like some good stretches of Destiny in because we got freaking Cuphead coming out on Friday.
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
Yeah, we do.
And I plan on being frustrated live on YouTube.
Oh,
Yes.
there we
So
go.
You guys want to watch somebody be frustrated? Come watch your boy. and see.
I can't wait to watch you be frustrated playing a game for a change.
I know, right?
I mean, you should see me last night on Rocket League, baby. I was very frustrated. But excited about Cuphead coming out. And even if I don't play it that much, like, you know, I'll get a couple hours in. I'm not. This sucks. This means I'm getting old, and I just know it. I don't plan on beating it because I just figure it's gonna be too hard. I want to beat it, but it just seems like it's gonna be too hard to beat. But I want to at least try it, and I want to see it, and I want to feel it again. You know, I played it at PAX for a second, and me and Stancil were just tore up from the floor up there at PAX in front of everybody, until the lady was like, "All right, you guys' time is up." So,
Exactly.
And scene.
Exactly. So, you know, for $20, you know, it's not so bad.
I'm gonna get it if nothing else, just because the art style. Come on, man!
It's too good.
When
man.
I was pulling the question of the poster question pick, I wanted to do Cuphead, and I'm just looking at all these like, this is incredible. Like,
I know.
this art style, everything about it is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So I have to get it. So I am going to get it at some point.
It's really funny, and forgive me if this is sexist, but I'm gonna just go there for a second. It was really funny at PAX because the lady, and I don't remember who she is at studio. Was it MDHR or something? I forget exactly what the studio's called, but she works at the studio, and she's been representing Cuphead at a lot of the pressers and stuff like that. Yeah, and she's really pretty. And so it was really funny to see all the guys at PAX like, so tell me more about Cuphead. She's told you everything. She was standing behind me and Stancil while we were playing, and I was just smiling so big, like hearing these guys fumble over themselves trying to talk to this poor lady. I was like,
that's
this poor
so
thing,
awesome.
man. And, you know, and it was nothing weird. Like she's married and got children and stuff, but it was just so funny because.
Yeah,
because they're stumbling.
Yeah,
so
they're
you're
just
telling me there's a chance.
Yeah, exactly. And they didn't know what to call her on the internet. They were calling her like tight leather pants for a while and all this stuff. It's like, guys, she has a name. She's a mother. Like, can we not call her tight leather pants? Figure out her name. So, it's just really funny. And now I feel bad because I don't know what her name is, but. I did look it up.
Tight leather pants.
I did look it up that day because I was like, I'm not calling this lady tight leather pants. Let me go find out who she is to this game. And so, you know, researched it and found out what she did. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then to see her at PAX, it was just so funny. I was like, oh, this poor lady having to answer a bunch of stupid questions. So Cuphead, huh? She's like, yep.
So you're telling me there's a cup and a head?
They're like, so is it like, so, and it's coming out? Yeah, it's coming out on the 29th of September. Cool. You guys been working on it for a while, huh? Yeah. We, you know, you guys have heard about it for a couple years, and we're really excited about it coming out. They're like, cool. So Cuphead. You're like, oh my gosh.
Do you like to breathe air too?
I almost feel like bringing a piece of bacon out, like, here, boy, and just throwing it and seeing him chase after some bacon. But
just go behind him and kind of like do the chokehold and just be like, sleep.
Yeah. Shh. You're making a fool of yourself. You don't have any good friends around.
Oh, that's amazing.
So anyway, excited to play Cuphead on Friday.
Of course.
I'm a little disappointed. I was looking at because I bought it on the Windows 10 store, and I was like, all right, I'll just stay up Wednesday night, and at midnight I'll start streaming this thing. We'll get ahead of it, and you know, we'll put something up on YouTube early and blah blah blah. And then it was like, come back on September 29th for an 8 a.m. release. I was like, 8 a.m. I was like, wah.
Yeah, who does that, man?
Exactly. And of course, Amara didn't have school on Friday, so I'm like, doggone it. Like, my time to play it was midnight. Yeah. So, but I'll get around to it. I'm gonna try to make it a slight priority, depending on how far we get with this celebration stuff. But really want to play it. Really excited about trying that out and seeing what it's all about. So
nice.
That's it for me. Ducks. Router.
Yes.
You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's do it!
All right, we're going to start with some new releases. And as ya boy just said, Cuphead is coming out for the Xbox One and PC.
So Cuphead, huh?
So, Cuphead.
Cool.
Yeah, okay.
Coming out
Is there a
soon?
cup in it?
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's kind of like that hand-drawn style, huh? Okay, yeah, cool.
And it is a cartoon, yeah.
I haven't seen that in a while. Yeah. I heard it's painfully hard. Yeah. Okay.
Painfully hard.
Painfully hard.
All right, so,
Nice.
Am I going to get carpal tunnel from this? Oh,
yeah.
okay,
So
great.
and it looks like you can play co-op, huh? It's like a red and a blue. Huh? Yes.
Oh, really?
There's all these things that you're answering your question as you ask it.
You're a real life girl.
You're a girl. Mm.
That's interesting.
Okay, anyway.
What are you doing at PAX?
Get your cleats on, get your soccer ball out. FIFA 18, PS3, Xbox 360, PC, Xbox One, and PS4 is out
Nice.
this week.
Love it.
Fallout 4 Game of the Year edition for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Eduardo, Batman, The Enemy Within, Episode 2, The Pact.
Yeah, it
Ooh,
does.
get your batarang on.
Oh, yes, thank you, sir. PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Danganronpa version 3, Killing Harmony, PS4, Vita, and PC.
Get your mispronunciation on. Oof.
There you go.
As I do it.
Dragon Romper.
I didn't say Dragon Rompa. I said
No, that's what I
Danganronpa.
call. That's what I called it
I
the
know.
very
That's
first
right,
time we
that's
ever
right.
talked about it.
Dragon
So I
Rompa,
called
Say
it-
yeah,
get
that's
the
right.
mispronunciation on.
Yeah,
Yep.
Dragon
Get your
Romper.
misunderstanding on. For the PS4 and Xbox One, Don't Starve Mega Pack. Don't Starve Mega Pack. And
How many
let's see
different
what
iterations of that game have come out?
I know. That's
I
what
know.
I'm.
It's trying to keep up with Street Fighter
They just
2.
keep
they're
finding a way.
still starving.
Yeah, it's
I know,
like-
right?
yeah. Tyler Perry presents Medea's "Don't Starve Christmas."
Mega Pack, they're still starving part 2.
Yeah,
A Spike Lee joint.
That's exactly.
exactly.
Nice. Rive, R-I-V-E, Rive, limited edition for the PS4.
Get you don't know what that game is on.
It's a robot hacking shooter, old school gaming.
Robot
That doesn't-
hacking
that doesn't-
shooter. Huh.
Yep. The
Interesting.
I
metal
thought you were
wreck-
saying the name of another game.
No, Rive, the metal wrecking robot hacking shooter is a game with old school gaming values and a decidedly new school execution. That makes
Right up Router's alley. No.
That
saying
helps
a bunch of nothing.
lot.
I
Yep.
know. Old school gaming values.
Get you saying nothing on.
Get excited to play this game that's got everything you want, nothing you don't.
Yeah, done.
This game does everything cool.
Exclamation point. For the Xbox One, Halo Wars 2, the complete edition.
Oh, good. They finally finished it.
Yep.
I'm so glad.
It's done. It's complete.
There you go, Matt Lighty. Finally.
There you go, lady.
There you
It's all
go.
you, brother.
Get your procrastination on.
For the Switch, PS4, and Xbox One, Ultimate Chicken Horse is a
No way.
is a party platformer that flips between strategic level building and intense platforming.
Get your Japanese sounding game on.
Ultimate chicken horse.
Get you right up Gabe's alley
What's
on.
a chicken horse?
Ultimate Chicken Horse. There you have it.
McCracken, you're gonna have to let us know what that is when you move into your new house and find Narnia.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
right.
Right.
You'd be like,
Something
Hey,
like
can you
Narnia.
direct me to
I-
the nearest chicken horse, please?
I get it now. He represents
I have
Gabriel, the
questions.
archangel.
That's right. For the Switch, Siberia 2.
What?
And
It's an old game. Jeez Louise.
Get your unnecessary sequel on.
Get your Oh, this is good. Here's the description. While Siberia 2 isn't all that fans might have hoped for,
Right.
it's still a very fine game and likely to provide you with hours of enjoyment.
Nah, Doc. Nah.
Get your we're desperate on.
I genuinely hope that's what it says on the back of the box.
Oh, wouldn't that be incredible? That who came up with that description? Somebody's getting fired over a PR. Oh my gosh. Siberia 2. Yeah, we just threw that out there. You won't and none of the fans will like it. Enjoy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
What if the
Lord.
back of the box just said meh?
Exactly. Get your mat on. NBA Live 18 for the Xbox One.
The what?
Only the Xbox One?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Huh.
I think
what?
it might be NBA,
NBA
Live
Live?
18.
Oh, NBA Live. EA. Huh.
They might be doing like a week ahead of.
Oh, yeah, maybe for the
PlayStation?
EA Access stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
That's
yeah.
probably what it is.
Maybe. Yep.
Mhm. Get your limited exclusive on.
Yeah, exactly. And by limited, we mean 1 week.
Exactly. Yes, Ben. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, 2 oops. kind of don't know about this one, but Twitter, Robert Darrell Good. Guys, I feel like not knowing who Lindsey Sterling is an MTTG oops.
It's not.
I agree. I agree that it's not.
Who?
But because it's Robert Darrell Good, I got to give him some props and give him some love. And then our boy, Bad Gamer Elite.
Hold on a second. Babe, do you know who Lindsey Sterling is? Yep, I know that name. That's what we all said last week.
Yeah, that's exactly what we all said.
She's on Dancing with the Stars this year.
Yep. Isn't she a violinist?
I don't know.
I think we established we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. Nobody knows.
Even the wifey gets oops now too. So there you have it.
Yeah.
And then over on Discord, Bad Gamer Elite hashtag MTTG Historian. Ed Placencia, the Fantastic Beast lead character, is Newt Scamander, not Scalamander. Minor oops, except if you're a Potterite. Smiley face. But there it is. But Ed, you kind of shot back at him a little bit because he misspelled Newt and said new. So you kind of gave it back to him. But we can't be mad at him, man. He's our historian, so we love him to pieces. So
that was a genuine oops. Yep.
Yep. There it is. Back to you.
I like it. Chris McCracken.
Well, it seems like after nearly a year of striking that the voice actor strike may finally be over.
Yes.
It's looking like they've come to some terms, and it doesn't seem as though the actors actually got everything they asked for, like, surprise, surprise. That's how negotiations work. But they did make some way in some of the different things they want, and then beginning with the $75 payment on their first sessions and totaling up to $2,100 on the first 10 after the first 10 sessions. That's one of the things that they were kind of looking to get. They wanted to get residual
those
payments.
Are the bonuses. The bonuses.
Yeah, those were the bonuses they wanted, which they, as I understand it, they weren't getting
$75 for the first session.
Yeah, no, that's on top of their pay. And as I understand it, they weren't getting any kind of bonus before, correct? I don't know quite as much on the previous side. Yeah, so that's just one of the little examples of the areas where they were able to make headway on some of the demands, if you will, that they were asking for.
Well, and what's important to note about that is that those bonuses have to be paid before the game comes out. And so what that does is what they were wanting was revenue-based payments. So meaning after the game came out, if it did great, then you get paid more. And so what this does is it kind of protects the people that are putting out the game, and it really does kind of protect the voice actor, because if you do a bunch of stuff and the game sucks, at least you got your money.
Yes.
Right.
Now it does.
You still put the work in, so
and it does kind of twist around though. If you do a game and you get the bonus and the game does really good, then you might still be upset. However, not every game's going to be Grand Theft Auto 5.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Right.
Oh, they're not. Oh,
yeah, exactly. Surprise, surprise.
I also like that they can now know what game they're working on.
Yes.
I think that's nice. That would help.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I heard that they will know. They'll know the code names and the genre and like some things about the game. I don't know if they'll know fully the game still.
Is that right?
I haven't read where it said that yet, so I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't read an article. I think I just saw someone had tweeted like the abbreviated. So maybe they abbreviated too much.
Well, because I'm wondering, because I remember when we were talking to your boy in California, he was saying when he went into work on Mafia 3, he had no idea the game at all, what it was.
Yeah.
And so now, though, they'll at least know the code names, the genre, and if sexual or violent content is featured. So I guess you can kind of yay or nay it before you go there if you have strong stances either way. It's not like you're halfway working into it and then all of a sudden it's The Witcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Jeez.
Yeah. Because, like, I remember Sissy
or
Jones
Mafia 3.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And Sissy Jones was in Mafia 3. She's in the credits, and she had no idea until long after it came out that that's what she was doing.
Until the credits.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, I'm in that.
But Lane said that after like his first session, he knew what was going on, right?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely knew before he was hired. But there are some, like, especially when you go in to do background, like the people walking by in the streets, those voices.
It sure is golden.
Exactly. They'll never tell you. And so a lot of times people are like, was that your voice? And they have to honestly say, it could have been.
I thought Lane said he didn't know until he went in.
After he was hired?
Yeah, I thought he was hired and they were like, hey, it'll take 2 weeks or it'll take something. And he went up there and he was like, oh man, this is going to take a lot longer than he initially thought.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Wasn't that right?
Let's get him on the phone right now.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Hey, Lane,
Yeah.
did you know about that game before you went in there?
I mean, it's a throwback to the old school vibes.
Jeez,
Oh,
the old
man.
school vibes.
Night show.
So I am glad that that they've come to an understanding and that this thing can come to a close because it's been
Yes,
almost a
agreed.
year, and so I'm glad that these guys are going to start working again. Obviously, it sucks for me and Ed.
Well, I mean, not really, because you see
You
how
could
far
still
it
get
got
your
us.
bonuses. Get your bonus on.
Exactly.
There you
Oh
go.
man, do you have anything else to say about that, Christopher?
No, yeah, it's just basically touching on how it looks like they're finally coming to an end, and we don't have to worry about like somebody that you loved in version 1 of a game, and then the sequel comes out and they have to get a totally different actor. It's kind of cool that we're
Right.
kind of
Right.
putting that
What's
to bed.
up, Life is Strange?
Yeah, Ed's favorite game. You know,
Exactly.
I know, right?
What up, Val Kilmer? So Atari's Atari box is coming. It looks like we talked about this. I want to say months ago, and so it looks like it's becoming a reality. And so they've released some prototype images of what the console is going to look like. It's supposed to have a bunch of retro games and new titles as well. And so what I don't understand though is if the new titles will look good or if they'll look like Atari.
Right.
They did say it'll have a full PC experience for the TV, but I didn't know if that means like Netflix and Hulu, or if that means like the games will be like AAA like we're used to now. The developer did promise tons of classic Atari games that'll be preloaded on the device. They haven't said how many, they haven't said what games, but they're thinking this thing's gonna be like $250 to $300.
really
Wow.
that much?
That seems a bit steep considering the NES and the SNES
A
classics.
bit.
I don't know. Like to play Atari games.
I mean,
Yeah.
isn't that the price of a Switch?
Ain't it the price of a PS4 nowadays?
Yeah, probably
That's
that
true.
too.
With a
Jeez.
game?
Mm.
So I mean, I think they're tripping, but they said they're gonna launch a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo, and
They better.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah, exactly.
and then that'll come out late spring 2018. $250, man, to play
This is going to
Atari.
backfire, right? This is going to backfire, right? There's no way that.
Yeah, I mean,
I
yeah.
I have a refurbished Atari, and with several cartridges that my wife found on eBay for me for Christmas or something like that, and that works perfectly fine. I don't need anything else. I'm good, and I certainly don't need to pay that for something that's newer.
$250. That just seems really steep compared to what Nintendo just pulled off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Right.
you haven't seen a series of blocks until you've seen them on a 4K television game.
Boom.
I know. I saw Minecraft on a 4K television though. It was
Look how sharp those edges are.
yeah, exactly. I saw it on my flip phone. I saw it everywhere. Jeez Louise.
Wow,
So,
that's crazy. That's crazy, right?
I think it's crazy. I don't like it. I mean, I like the way it looks. I mean, it looks nice, but
Yeah.
and they said there's gonna be an option to have real wood grain on there.
Ooh, real wood
Ooh,
grain. Well, that's where
yeah.
your premium cost is coming from.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, right?
Wow. What else you got, Chris?
So last week there was a bit of a kerfluffle, if you will, about the developer of Fortnite, Epic Games. That's been a game that's been in early access. It's on, I believe, PlayStation 4, PC, and Xbox One. I think it's in early access on every single one of those. And they decided that they're going to put out a Battle Royale mode, which, as everybody may know, Battle Royale right now is currently super popular with PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It was also in H1Z1, and
Right.
I think there was some other game that had a mode of that as well. But PlayerUnknown Battleground is the big daddy of them all. It's
The
one that's
reigning
been,
champion.
Yeah, it's been getting all of the different not awards, but all of the different records and selling all the stuff, being in early access, and everybody's playing the mess out of this game on the PC. It's soon to be coming to the Xbox One and Xbox One X later on this fall, I think. And so they came out and said, "Look, we really like this Battle Royale stuff." And in their material, they even said that they mentioned PlayerUnknown Battleground, saying, "Hey, we really like this, and we think we can do something like this too." And so they basically
Mercy.
put in a Battle Royale mode into Fortnite. And the crazy thing is that as we know, PlayerUnknown's Battleground is coming to Xbox One. As we understand it, because they're being cagey about it, and they were kind of cagey about it when they announced it at E3 last year on Microsoft stage, but as far as we are aware, it's a timed exclusive, but we don't know for how much time. And it may end up being a full exclusive to the Xbox side and PC, obviously. But at least console, it might end up being exclusive. So PlayStation has been pushing pretty hard this Battle Royale mode on Fortnite because it's coming out before PlayerUnknown Battleground comes out on Xbox One. And it's playable. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's out now, and PlayerUnknown is not on Xbox One yet. And it has the Battle Royale mode, which is like the new hotness right now.
So, and the Battle Royale is free.
Ah.
Yes, that mode, you don't have to pay anything extra for that mode. It's like just an update, as I understand
Fortnite Battle Royale is for free 99.
But isn't it only free like for a limited time? It's not free like forever. Like you still have to buy the early access game, correct?
It's free. No, it's free like I got it.
Well, yeah, but
Really?
Again, I thought they were just doing it free for like the week or something like that. Is that not the case?
Oh, I have no idea how long it's free. I just know it's free everywhere, and it's before PUBG comes to any of the consoles. And you know, people are like, "Man, and people are loving it." That's the other thing.
Yeah,
they're like, "Man, it feels a lot like PUBG, but we love it, and it's free." Where you know, PUBG is not on everything and costs money.
Yeah, well, inside of Fortnite, there's also the ability. Part of Fortnite, if you will, that it's not the Battle Royale mode, is they have the ability to like build bases and do all these things. So in the Battle Royale area, you might come to an area where there's not much cover and you could just build your own cover. And so it's to some extent in those ways, it's a little more strategic and you have more options than you do in PUBG at the moment. Because in PUBG, it's just, the place is what it is. You either land with a weapon or you don't. You just got to scavenge and find and do what you got to do. As I understand it, not having played. This is totally from the outside looking in because I've not played it yet. But the PlayerUnknown Battleground is getting a little bit piffed at the fact that they're over here making this game, and that the fact that they're using PlayerUnknown's Battleground, kind of talking about their game in their communication about it. I mean, they've actually mentioned PUBG in their promotional material for Fortnite in their community and different communications and stuff like that. So,
like PUBG. Don't want to pay no money? Play Fortnite. It's like, you can't put that in a commercial.
And so the crazy thing is that the developer of PlayerUnknown's Battleground, Bluehole, they have their engine is off of Epic Games' engine.
Oh, geez.
So I think it's Unreal Engine 4. So there's already, I mean, granted, now they're paying a license to use that, but there is a bit of a relationship there.
Who's doing
Fortnite? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So there's all kinds of like just muck that's getting thrown around in here, and it's just I don't know what's going to ultimately end up becoming of it, but I do know now you know that whenever a certain game style or certain thing in gaming becomes popular, everybody starts to rip it off or do a version of it. So that's nothing new, but it's just that they're being relatively blatant, and they're even using PlayerUnknown Battleground's name in the promotional material. Now, everything that I have seen, Fortnite has been very complimentary and like, we really love PlayerUnknown's Battleground, and we think this is really fun, and we think we can do something kind of like it or something like that. They've not been coming out and being like, well, PUBG, whatever, look what we got. You know, they're not doing it in like a nefarious way on the surface, but it's still kind of like, hey, that's our game that we're building and we've been working a lot on, and you're just basically ripping us off right here in front of us and just telling everybody about it.
Let me ask you this. I mean, if you were to keep it for real.
Yes.
So if King of the Kill didn't exist, do we think PUBG would exist, or do we think that Fortnite would exist in the Battle Royale style that they're releasing?
No,
you know
I mean, yeah, it's not. That's the thing. That's part of it as well. It's like PlayerUnknown Battleground did not invent this wheel. I mean, they didn't create this. They're just the ones who
they just put spinners on it.
Yeah, they fine-tuned it. And they're the most popular one because they're able to support it way better than some of the other ones were. The other ones, they would go forever before getting an update. As I understand it, PUBG gets updated like once every other week or something crazy. They're constantly like on it and getting it going. That's the reason part of the reason why it got so much popularity is because they were able to turn around and do fixes and bug fixes and all that kind of stuff and implement new things and like adding in the first person mode. They constantly updated their game. And so people already liked the game style, and they're like, and these people constantly update this game and make it better. So that's part of the reason why it got so popular. On top of just, I'm sure other things.
And even before H1, wasn't there DayZ? Didn't DayZ do something like this too?
Yeah, DayZ had something like that as well. Both DayZ and H1Z1 had something. And I don't remember which one may have come out first. I just remember hearing about both of them.
Right.
I'm pretty
Is this
sure
like a
anyways.
creative license issue then? Is that, or is it just people are copying people and they're just getting upset about it?
I don't know if you can copyright a game genre.
A style,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it's not like
or
a movie
type.
saying, "Hey, we had a car chase in our film."
Yeah, it's true.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It'd be like Pocahontas suing Avatar.
Yeah. Jeez.
Or Dances with Wolves, either one.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like, we did that already, baby. You can't
Yeah.
come in here and start taking people's stuff. It's like, nah, it's just
So-
the story.
So wait, I missed. They're not taking any legal action or anything, right? Or they're just speaking out and being like, "This is kind of shady."
Well, see, I mean, at the moment, no, but they did say they came out and Bluehole, the studio behind PUBG, did come out and say that they're considering further action. Now, what exactly that means, I don't know, because I don't really know what they, like, from a legal standpoint, have the right to be able to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if
But
they
it's-
can do anything.
It definitely has a bit of like it just doesn't feel like something you should be doing, Epic. I mean, it just doesn't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what
But-
they said too. They were like, we don't have a problem with the game necessarily.
Yeah.
We have a problem with Epic, is I think one of the things that I read that they were saying.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it does differentiate, maybe not like totally reinvent it in any ways, but there's, like I said, the fact that you can build your own little structures and build your own little forts inside the game, like that adds a bit of a new spin that like PUBG at the moment doesn't have. So, I mean, there is some difference there, but it just still feels a little icky to me,
Mm-hmm.
quite
Yeah.
frankly. And I don't know exactly what's going to come of it, but be keeping an eye on it for sure.
Yeah, man.
And this stuff happens all the time, though. Like somebody copies somebody's, whatever. I mean, it could be in websites, it could be in design, it could be anything. Like
It could be
everybody's
Vanilla
copying
Ice.
It could be Vanilla
Yep.
Ice.
He was
It
like,
could
no,
be.
no. Their song goes dun 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 dun. Mine goes bum 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 bum. We're like, you add one note at the beginning of the thing, you gonna say it's different, Doc? Come on now. Yeah, that's interesting. I can't wait to see what happens. And in the meantime, I'll be trying Fortnite.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, so this is cool, and I'm jealous.
Okay.
So, folks in Australia, listen up to all you people listening in Australia.
Ah,
All one of you.
Yeah, exactly. So they will soon be able to have a chance to win a real life PlayStation Platinum trophy.
so cool.
So beginning today, actually September 26th, the day we're recording this, I'm gonna just read this straight out because this is coming from digitaltrends.com. I didn't it explains it good instead of me trying to put it in my own words. Beginning on Tuesday, September 26th with FIFA 18, players who complete a series of tasks will be entered for a chance to win the real platinum trophy, though they're not made of, platinum.
Yeah.
First, they must earn a platinum trophy in the supported game. In October, that will be Gran Turismo Sport, and will be Call of Duty World War II in November. So the trophy looks exactly like the platinum trophy. It looks awesome.
Nice.
It's got the triangle, square, X and O on the front and everything like that. It's got the metal swirls going up around it. And so it's like it looks awesome, and I can't believe that they're doing this. It's such a cool idea. And it said after earning your platinum trophy, you then have to share it to either Facebook or Twitter. On Facebook, it must be public and use the hashtag plus platinum hunters. And on Twitter, you must use a hashtag and also tag the PlayStation AU account. So there's some steps to it, but man, they released a video of what it looks like and everything, and it looks freaking sweet. And
Yeah,
so
it's cool.
Nice.
Australia has been used a lot of times to soft launch ideas or soft launch games. And so I'm hoping that they're soft launching this idea as a what do you call it? To see if it works, and then bring it to everywhere else. Proof of concept, if I may.
Is Australia the country that had the Xbox onesie?
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
Yes,
And they
sir.
had the Xbox controller floaty.
Yes, they did.
Oh, that's right.
Which I was gonna try to get Chris for Christmas, but I don't
Aw.
know if he's gonna have a pool.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. Let's see.
He has a wardrobe.
It's
an Narnia.
That
That's
wardrobe,
true.
yeah,
maybe
might be a lake
maybe
or
they've
two.
got a pool.
So I just thought that was awesome for all the trophy hunters out there. I know some of our guys here in the MTTG land love hunting the trophies. We did the Bad Gamer Lim reminded me as he's going back through the old things that we did that trophy hunter competition that one summer.
Yeah, we
was
did.
Really, really fun. We might need to resurrect that.
That's right.
But I just thought that was awesome. And so our boy Ham Swisher down in Brazil, Lucas
Ham Swisher.
He's a platinum hunter.
Yeah, he is.
So this would be right up his alley if it came our way. So we'll see. Here's fingers crossed.
That's really cool.
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I'd like to have it.
I know you would. Put it right up there next to your NES Metal Gear Solid.
There you
Metal
go.
Gear. Metal Gear.
I love it. I'm out of stories, my good sir.
So a recent trailer for Battlefront 2 was released, hosted by John Boyega, which was really cool. I was telling Chris it's weird to hear him talk in his original accent since in all the Star Wars movies.
Yeah, it's true.
He talks without well, I guess with an American accent, I guess you would say. And so what was interesting though is one of the things he said was that the story, the campaign will cover the end of Return of the Jedi, or which one? Return of the Jedi? Which one was number 6? 4, 5, 6?
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi. So it'll
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, it'll be covered between that and number 7, The Force Awakens.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
But that's a big gap of story to cover. But we'll have to see, man, how much of the story it covers in between there. But it could be really, really cool.
Yeah.
Because I think since everything's owned by Disney now, they're saying everything moving forward is canon, right?
Yes.
So this would be canon to the story. So that would be really cool just to play out some of that stuff. And this game looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
And they've added a bunch. What's it like 3 times as big as the first Battlefront?
Something like that. They very much wanted you to know because they have all these bar graphs and everything. Look, we have this many more characters. We have this many more planets. We have this many more vehicles.
Yeah, this many more heroes. Yeah, it was insane, and it's a good bit bigger. So it'll be fun to see what all goes on with Battlefront 2. I loved Battlefront, the first one, played the mess out of it just from the sound standpoint of hearing all the Star Wars sounds over and over again.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited that JJ is signed on to do 9.
Me too.
Yeah.
Ugh. Thank you, JJ.
I'm mad at that.
Appreciate you listening to the show.
Right.
He doesn't listen, by the way. For anybody that thought that was
He
serious.
might. You don't know.
How do you know?
You
But jinxing
never
it.
It's
know.
little faith.
That's
You
true.
never, ever know.
JJ, will you email me if you listen to the show? That'd be banging.
Let's call him right now, shall we?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
he stopped.
Doot, 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 doot.
This is J.J. Abrams.
Hey, JJ, it's Gabe from Married to the Games.
Oh, I listen every week.
You do?
Since episode 4.
I knew it.
Awesome. You're supposed to say since episode 7.
No, man, I went back a little ways.
Just stop halfway through and just say, bad robot, and run away.
Exactly. Oh, man. Thanks for Lost, JJ.
Let's not talk about that.
Oh, okay. Talk to you later. Bye. Click.
Bye. Click.
Night show.
Ed Placencia,
Yeah.
what you got for your boys?
Over on the YouTubes, we've got some Lego Dimensions Adventure Time. That little mini show is up there in its entirety, parts 1 through 4.
Sarah fall asleep again?
She did not play that one.
She
that
was
was
already asleep.
Ed exclusive.
She was already
asleep.
Yes. And we'll have some Lego Ninjago movie video game up there for you as well. I'm telling you, it's a ton of fun. We had a great time with that.
That's awesome.
Looking at our top YouTube videos, combining the average watch time and views. Number 10.
Thornville Swamp.
Oh, jeez.
Jumping the gun a little bit there, buddy. A little
Oh,
bit.
sorry.
Number 10, Dishonored, Death of the Outsider Part 4, Taxidermist.
Really?
Nice.
That's a new one to the list.
I know. We welcome it with open arms.
Who says we say the same thing every week?
That's right.
Only me.
Nobody did.
Until number 9 shows up. Go ahead, Ed.
Number 9, Dishonored, Death of the Outsider Part 1.
Well done.
See?
Look at that.
There you go.
Number 8, Hugh Part 10, University.
Of
There we
course.
go.
Uh-huh. Number 7, Ori and the Blind Forest Part 14.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6, Married to the Games Episode 262, The 10 Box 110.
That's a great title.
Number 5, Dishonored Death of the Outsider Part 34, The Ending.
Ooh, cheaters.
Bunch of cheaters.
I see you, McCracken.
Number 4, Gabe and Chris react to The Last of Us Part 2.
Hey!
Climb it back up.
Coming back up a little
Thanks,
bit.
Tim.
I'm
I
good with
like it.
that.
You're welcome.
Number 3, we're just going to copy and paste these. Hugh Part 11, The Ending. So that fell a little ways. Number 2, Watch Dogs 2 Part 19, Paint Job. Number 1, Watch Dogs 2 Part 48, Ghost Signals.
Signal.
There you
There you
go.
There you
Boom,
go.
shakalaka.
I like it. I like it. Thank you, Ed.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Well, every week we ask you guys a question. Last week was no different. We asked you what game genre would you not play even for $300?
I love that question.
I can't wait for these answers.
Starting on the Discord,
Mm-hmm.
Star Fury Zeta.
Yeah.
Probably MOBA, but $300 is
Ah.
a system bundle at Christmas time, so I'd probably suck it up and do it anyways.
There you go.
There it is.
Of course.
That's the spirit.
Right.
Cat Jack, The Sims. If I wanted to be socially
Oh,
awkward
yeah.
and make bad life choices, I only want to experience it once and not relive it in a video game.
Oh, man. But in real life, you can't
Jeez.
put a person in a little tiny room and watch them starve to death.
Yep.
Aw.
Or at
That's
least
true.
you shouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You shouldn't. Don Starlancer.
Mhm.
Man, $300 is at least 5 new games, and I just got a Switch a week ago. I'm up for the challenge. The real question is, who's sponsoring me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
What's up, Pauline and Pierre?
Exactly.
Yay.
There's our sponsor. Over on the forum, Robert Darrell Good Jr. I don't really hate any genre enough to skip out on $300, but sports comes pretty close. If I wanted to do that, I'd just go outside.
See, that's my logic for not playing sports games. I can just go outside.
Facebook, Corey Ray Swope.
Mm.
You couldn't pay me to play a racing game. I find them
Really?
very
Huh.
boring and monotonous.
Ah.
I'm with him on that one.
Sean Capri. I think if I get addicted to Simpsons Tapped Out or anything like it again, I'll be served with divorce papers. Not worth $300. Hashtag never again. Clyde Sconce. He says, nothing. I'm too cheap to turn down 3 Benjis.
There you go.
I hear you.
I know you do, Ed. I know you do.
We hear you, Ed. We hear you.
Over on the Twitter sphere, Lucas Ham Swisher at Mr. Ham111. If I had to pick, it'd have to be any genre with competitive multiplayer. I can figure out bots and AIs, but humans are too complicated. Got you on that.
And they
That's
curse at
true.
you a lot.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Talk about your mom and stuff.
Like a lot.
Mo at Coach Hulk. He said Nintendo. Jeez. Louise.
Zinger.
Wow.
The zing. Josh Stapleton at MTTG Street Team.
Yes. He got the handle. I
Change
love it.
that Twitter name up. Oh my
Love
gosh.
it.
I feel
Oh, so
I
honored.
like
good.
it.
That's amazing.
MTT Street Team. Oh, in full effect. Oh my gosh.
Representing.
Yeah, he is. He said, I'm not playing a turn-based RPG all the way through for $300. Boring.
Wow.
Amen.
There you go.
And I have to give a shout out to his brother Spencer. He changed his handle too to it's not MTTG Street Team, it's at Street Team MTTG.
Nice.
So the Street Team is in full effect,
I know,
you guys.
right?
That is
Oh, it's so good.
awesome.
So
Hilarious.
good.
I
I
mean,
love them.
I can't believe it.
Love you, Stapletons.
That's
Chowfie.
awesome.
Chowfie at that Chowfie. I ain't never ever playing Just Dance. Real G's don't do that.
What?
Ooh, throwing it down.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have dance off there, pal.
He say not doing it, not even for $300.
What?
Those games are fun.
Ed
guy-
said, not only would I do that, I paid to play it.
Right? That guy just hates fun.
That's right.
Hates
Fun hater.
fun.
I don't want to be a real G.
Exactly. Real G's don't have fun, I guess. Worn out dad at midnight_Dan. It would have to be puzzle games. No Portal, no Witness. My brain doesn't function like that, and time's too valuable to be confused.
Exactly. I am with
I
you
want that on a
there.
t-shirt.
Yep.
Ain't nobody
like
got time
that.
for that. YouTube.
That's right. Do it the McCracken way.
Oh my gosh. Shay at LL Cool Shay. MMOs.
Love that.
I can't stand them.
Mm.
Oh.
Thank you guys so much for answering the question. You know where to find us. Facebook.com/married to the games, Twitter.com/MTTGcast. And just for a point, go and read some of these. There's a lot of answers. There's a lot more answers than I thought was going to be this week. So
Yeah.
go look at the answers. It's really funny. Marriedtothegames.com. Come check out the forums if you like to visit things that are slowly dying.
Aw.
Yes, sir.
And
Hashtag get real.
real talk.
Or another thing that Tim never went to.
Never went to in the first place. Set it up and left
Exactly.
it alone.
No skin off my bones.
Like Ed said, youtube.com/married to the games. And now on Patreon, patreon.com/MTTG. And as another side note, if you listen to the podcast and you got us in your playlist, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, baby, so you can download it right when it gets released. You can get that MTTG love every week.
Yep.
Because we're going to be here every week
Every week.
on the good foot. Good
good
God, y'all. And Ed.
Rate us on iTunes while you're subscribing and just hanging out over there on the iTunes. And Chris and Stacy will come put a bit on your house.
Aw.
Hey, I like it.
Better
There
be a
you
good
go.
price.
Only for a good price.
Right.
Well, let's get into some questions.
Let's get into some questions, shall we? I'm going to start with email. I'm not going to read it, but I do want to give a huge shout out to Brendan Myers. He sent us a really amazing email.
Yes.
And I just
Very
wanted to
awesome.
recognize that and recognize you, sir. So thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you.
nothing but kind words about us and our community and this podcast. And this is exactly why we do it. So thank you.
Yeah, and it's so sweet too when we get emails like that, just to share with everybody. Like, it's not always about us. It's mostly about y'all. It's
It is
mostly
never
about
about
this.
us.
It's about this community, and so that's what's so cool is like we get the emails, but just know that we are reflecting the good juju juice to you guys because
Exactly.
you guys make this place what it is, and so thank you
That's for
guys.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely just wanted to recognize that. So thank you.
Good shout out.
Let's move on to Discord. Eric Thompson. In just a few short hours, we'll receive something from Rockstar, presumably about Red Dead Redemption 2, a trailer, gameplay, release date, Red Dead Remastered to tide us over until Red Dead Redemption 2. Regardless of what they give us, do you reckon there's any way Red Dead Redemption 2 can perform at the freakishly intense level that GTA 5 did? We're talking Dark Side of the Moon level records, $1 billion in 3 days kind of action. That's billion, Gabe. Could it or any game repeat GTA 5's long-standing domination of the bestseller list? I don't know about you fellas, but I'm sick to my stomach in anticipation of what Red Dead Redemption 2 has in store. Finally, if you can create a posse in the game, what will the name of the MTTG posse be? I'm much obliged for your kind consideration to these and all my queries. That sounded like a Civil War
Yeah, I like that.
letter back to home. I'm much obliged for your kind consideration to these
Dear
and all my
Josephine.
queries.
It's been a hard day out here on the front lines.
Just know that your love burns deep inside.
Exactly. It's the only thing that keeps me warm at night when I see my brethren falling at the left and to the right.
I ponder your porcelain skin on your cheek.
Oh, porcelain skin.
All right. So are we excited about this? I don't think that it's going to be GTA 5 level.
No way.
I mean,
No.
I think GTA 5 is GTA 5, and just GTA in general is just such a huge conglomerate anyway. I don't think it's going to reach that level. I'm not going to be playing this. I never played Red Dead to begin with. I'm not a huge Rockstar person anyway, but if there was a posse in it,
you don't even like the drinks.
I don't. You're right. That's very true. If there was a posse, what would our posse be?
The MTTG posse.
Well, yeah, but what would the name of it be? I mean, I don't know. Like, I would love to have
the old whippersnappers.
Yes,
Ooh,
that's right.
I like that.
2 old whippersnappers.
My dearest MTTG posse.
Yeah, exactly. We call 2 old whippersnappers, a redhead and a black guy.
There you go.
Hopefully there's enough room to put all that.
Which one am I?
You're the black guy.
Okay, good.
Aw.
That's right.
The chubby
Chris was
ninja.
the black guy.
I knew it.
No, I'm the redhead.
The game's going to be more difficult for me.
Exactly. Boom. Oh, look at that.
Callback.
Nice.
Nicely done. You know what's funny? Red Dead was one of those games that I started up 4 or 5 times. I don't remember. I've talked about that with BioShock as well, where I started up a bunch of times and just like never could fully get into it. And for some reason, I did the same thing with Red Dead, even though I know that it's supposed to be amazing. And I know Red Dead Undead got like 10s all over the place. But yeah, I just never, I don't know why. I don't know if I just didn't have the time to invest at the time.
Right.
Because I can't say it was a bad game. Obviously, it was amazing. I think the next game to be as big as Grand Theft Auto 5 is going to be Grand Theft Auto 6. And I'll go out on the limb, and I might be incorrect about this, but I think the modding and I think how scandalous Grand Theft Auto 5 is one of the things that's kept it around for so long. And it makes you curious to play it, curious to what everybody's into. And you got to remember Grand Theft Auto 1 through 4. I mean, those were all big games and the spinoffs that went with them. So Grand Theft Auto 5 obviously wasn't. Now, is it a big surprise that it's been so big for so long? Sure. But it's not like mind blowing because you're like, well, look at the past history of these games. I mean, these games have been big since the first one came out. You know, it's so risque when the first one came out. You know what I'm saying? Parents are all up in arms about it, which just makes kids want to get it more. It made me want to get it more.
Right.
And so, you know, Grand Theft, and I don't think that Red Dead 2 will be as scandalous. You know, scandalous things just kind of, they make your ears perk up a little bit and make you check it out a little bit, you know, more than you would maybe another game.
Even when Red Dead Redemption or Red Dead Revolver were first out, you definitely heard more about GTA than you did those games. You know,
even
yes.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you about to say, Chris?
I was going to say GTA really took off with GTA 3. And so, and Red Dead, even though I wouldn't
switch from top down.
Yeah.
I want to, you know,
I
it was
wouldn't.
they were aerial views, those first couple games. Then when you could do all that crazy stuff that you were doing and top down, you could do them, you know, from third person. Woo.
Yeah, GTA 3 is the one that started the formula that they've obviously grown upon it, but of what kind of it is today that started with GTA 3. But Red Dead is one of those games that has always been super popular as well. And I mean, do I think it's likely to happen? Probably not, because it seems like GTA is one of those freakishly things, but it's not going to surprise me if if Red Dead Redemption 2 does close, like half of what GTA 5 does, or even maybe one day beats it. I mean, there's such a huge clamoring for I keep saying GTA, for Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean,
4 years though, 4 years on the charts.
I mean, if it happened once, it can happen again. What's to say it wouldn't be another Rockstar property?
Man.
I mean, it could.
I know, I understand that, but like, it's kind of like saying that somebody's gonna. So, just stupid music trivia. NSYNC, when they had their No Strings Attached album come out, it sold 2-point-something million copies in the first week it released. That will never, ever, ever happen again unless we figure out something with music and streaming. And it becomes like Bitcoin, where you can, you know, if you have the files, then only you have the files.
Yeah, but that
goes back to a physical
That's a little
type
bit
thing.
different though, because the way.
I understand it's different.
The consumption part is what makes that different.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, GTA 5 that's lightning that struck.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It would be really hard for the same company to strike lightning like that again, I think.
But if it were to strike twice, Rockstar would probably be the one to do it because they've done it before.
I don't know, man. I do not know.
It's just a different setting. That's the thing.
tall
Red
order.
Dead's such a exactly. Red Dead is such a different setting than GTA is.
And I know more kids that want to be a gangster than want to be a cowboy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. You know, the westerns just seem for old people.
But also, didn't Red Dead Redemption 2 did Red Dead Redemption 2 did it come to PC ever?
You mean the first one? Oh, Red
You
Dead.
mean the first one?
Red Dead
Redemption?
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption. Did it ever come
I'd
to
imagine
PC?
it made its way.
I need to look that
I'd
up.
imagine,
I
right?
feel like it didn't come to PC.
I don't know.
I don't know either, off the top of my head.
So let's just say,
Nope.
okay, so if it didn't come, and again, everybody has always said how great the game is. You know, it very much reputation wise has a similar reputation to GTA, where people are like, oh my gosh, except GTA games were on the PC,
Everything.
and they could mod them and everything like that. So if Red Dead Redemption 2 drops and it's going to be coming to PC, whether it's a year after, you know, similar to GTA 5 did or whatever, I guarantee you there's going to be a huge clamoring for that as well. Now, will it reach the same levels? Probably not. But it's not going to surprise me if it does, because there's such a clamoring and there's a whole platform that it's never been on. That if it opens up to that, it's going to go bonkers. I mean, I'm just saying.
I and don't hear me disagree with you, Chris. I think it will go bonkers as well.
Yeah.
I just don't think it'll go that bonkers.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go GTA 5 bonkers.
I do hear what you're saying, because, for instance, like in the console area, like the PS2 sold like 250 million consoles. That number will likely never be touched again. So, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but
Yeah.
man, you know, crazy stuff happens all the time. It's just, I don't really take anything for granted, really. You never
feel you.
know.
Yeah.
And just think of how mind-boggling it'll be if it gets beat. You know, it'll be like, oh my gosh, we never thought this was going to happen, and now this beat
know,
it.
right?
Now what's going to beat that?
Exactly. Yep.
It's exciting.
Yep. For sure.
Even though I'm in the same boat as Tim, I'm not really much of a GTA person, but it's still exciting nonetheless.
I mean, it's pretty amazing to see something like that be on the charts for that long, making that much money. It's impressive. You cannot deny that.
And we have to remember too, and I'm just looking at this quickly. I haven't done any research, but I was just looking at the largest selling video games ever.
Yeah.
And I mean, GTA obviously is up there, but also what's up there is Minecraft.
Right.
You know, that's the only other one that I see on this list, and this list is a little old, that was doing the same kind of numbers. And so that's you know, in the more recent era.
Right.
You know, you have to go back to like Tetris and stuff like that to get like just like crazy numbers. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Tetris was like stupid, but I think like, you know, Tetris, Minecraft, Wii Sports, Grand Theft Auto 5. That on the list that I'm looking at, those are the top four, followed by Super Mario Brothers back on the Nintendo.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So.
Very interesting.
Yep. Good question.
Well, there you have it. Thank you, Eric. Don Starlancer, who is your favorite Ninja Turtle and your least? Why?
Favorite was Michelangelo. Least favorite was probably Leonardo.
Oh man, you're no good.
I'm sorry.
Leonardo's my favorite.
Like I don't really have
You
a least
failed.
favorite. Like if I had to choose one,
Yeah, I
I'd
like
guess
them all.
him.
That's kind of like process of elimination. There has to be a least, and that's where it falls.
There has to be a least. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I would have said Donatello, but you know, Napoleon Dynamite made the bow staff popular again. So
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Bow staff
look at
skills.
you. Bow staff.
I liked Leonardo the best, and probably the least would be Raphael, but kind of similar situation. It's like there just has to be a least. It's not like I disliked Raphael.
Yeah, I almost said Raphael too, but the sides are kind of cool.
Yeah.
Tim,
I'm going with Chris too. I like that.
Ed.
I don't know them well enough to know that there's any difference besides the colors. So
And
I'm
the
gonna
weapons.
judge.
Yeah, and their weapons are different.
Yeah, colors and
yeah.
weapons.
I'm going to judge by the name that they're. I like Leonardo as my favorite artist of the four, and
There you
Raphael's
go.
my least favorite.
There you go. Look at that. 3 against
Hey.
1.
I couldn't tell you anything that any of them painted.
Leonardo da Vinci?
You don't know what Leonardo da Vinci painted?
I knew he did some things
Oh,
for sure.
oh my
He did.
gosh.
He did some things. That is
He
true.
did some things.
Is he the
man.
one that did the naked guy
Yeah.
with his arms out?
No.
The Statue of David.
He did Statue of David?
No, I don't think so.
No.
He did like the
He did
Sistine
not do the
Chapel?
statue.
I'm talking about the one with the guy in the circle.
the
and-
man, the Vesuvius man. Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were
That is
saying
him.
Venus de Milo.
Yeah, guys,
My
come
bad.
on.
Yeah, I
you
was
guys
like,
don't know what he
Statue of
did.
David?
Well, but
Gosh, you
to
guys
be
are
fair,
ridiculous.
we also said painting, and that's not a painting.
I've only seen a drawing of it.
Oh, you've
So,
seen
I
a drawing
guess
of a statue.
I've seen a sketch. Oh, it's a statue?
Well, the Statue of David is
Not
hence
the not
Statue of
not the
David.
David. No, not that one. The what I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Gabe. It's like
Oh,
he's
my
in
bad, my
circles.
bad. I got all
Yeah,
confused with
yeah.
the David talk.
Yeah.
And his hands are out, his hands are up, his hands are down, his legs are apart, his
Yes,
legs are
yes,
together.
yes,
Right,
yes.
right.
He did that,
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
but I wouldn't
Yes.
say that's his most famous. Well, I mean, you could say maybe, but
No, you guys said you don't know anything that he's done, and I said, is that one of them? And you guys said
Yeah.
yes. I was just saying that I do know one thing.
there you go.
Yeah.
Let's lean on that.
There you go.
Thank you.
Done. Art history 101 is now complete.
Yeah.
And it's
All right,
Vitruvian man, not Vesuvius. Sorry about that.
and then like, what did Raphael paint? I have no idea.
What?
What did Raphael paint?
That's
Or
boring stuff.
Michelangelo? Yeah. All right.
Was he a still life painter?
Or Raphael?
Yeah.
That was
I
just
don't
kind of more
remember.
that old school Renaissance stuff that is just kind
Yeah.
of like, nah, you people look boring.
Yep. During the boring times.
That's right.
Yep.
An actual time period, the boring times. We had the Renaissance, then the boring times.
Right.
All right, moving on to Facebook. Chad Fackler. So, hi, guys. First off, love the show. Cannot get enough. My question for you guys, do any of you play any games
Yes.
with the family? I know Ed plays with the missus, but do the rest of you and with the kids? My wife and I play many games together. Her favorite was always Ghost Recon on the Xbox.
Wow.
That's an
Nice.
awesome
What a
wife.
good woman.
Right.
But we also used to do a family night with Rock Band, and half my neighborhood would show up. It was a
Nice.
PG karaoke night, LOL. We also used to play Mario World and Raving Rabbits. Thanks. I'll hang up
Yes.
now and just listen to your answer.
My answer is depressing as all get out.
Mine too.
Number one, thank you so much for loving the show.
Yes.
Yes,
Uh,
thank you, Chad.
Thanks for listening. Just tonight, I tried to play Mario Kart with Amara, and that is some
Yeah.
frustrating junk.
Yes, it is.
Because the new Mario Kart 8
Yes.
and 8 Deluxe, if you are in last place, that game waits for last place to
Yes,
finish. Where,
yeah, it does.
with Mario
does.
Kart on the Wii, once the 11th place crossed the finish line, the race was over.
Right.
And so I've got to wait. She's usually still on the second lap when I'm done. And so I've got to
Wow.
just watch her bounce her way through the rest of the course another time and a half. And it's like, try to go okay, now scoot. If you
Gas.
okay,
Yeah.
right.
Give it gas. No.
Oh
nope.
man, that is some
I did that
frustrating
with
stuff.
Piper
So
too.
I'd love to play with my daughter, and she just turned 6 like 2 weeks ago. And so I don't know if that's still a bit young to be expecting anything of her. I know some people like have kids that are like really into it at 5. But Amara only plays like twice a year. So she sucks at video games.
Oh man.
I can say that. That's
Yes, you can.
true.
Yeah, you can
Brother,
say it.
I'm
It's
right
still
there with you. I am
sad to
right
hear.
there with you.
It's I feel you. She'll get better, but right now she sucks.
Yep.
And so so
Preach.
I'm gonna
So
send this to her on her like 12th birthday and be like, "Hey, look
yeah,
at that."
exactly.
She'll get there, but right now,
Yeah, exactly. Oh, she's 6. You know what I'm saying? She never plays video games. So I would love to play with my daughter more. It's just hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to. Yeah. Tim?
yeah, I'm right there with you. I will say, like, Piper's picked up a little bit more and wants to play some more Mario Kart on the Wii U, of course.
You ain't
So-
getting no Switch.
I'm not getting no Switch, but I mean, it's great. I don't push it, and I typically don't play. She knows that I play games, and she wants to know what I've been playing. Like the other day, I was playing. It was Saturday morning, and she woke up and came up, and I was playing some Dishonored. So I showed her some of it because I'm doing like the non-lethal way, so it's not like gory or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Oh, that guy's really cool. Oh, you don't get caught there." You know, she was good, so she was just kind of following along with it.
Mm.
But you know, I basically play solo here in my family because my wife doesn't really care, and Piper.
Did she ever get into anything? Did Lauren ever get into anything?
No.
Yeah.
No, she did do Mario Kart on the Wii.
On the Wii, I was about to say, I feel like I remember us getting online and playing a little bit.
Nice.
Yep.
And then and then to give Jenny full props, I've talked about in the past, but she was big on Mario Kart on the Wii, and then loved Dr. Mario.
Yeah, she was good at that.
Yeah.
And so if they re-release that for the Switch, which they will, hopefully.
It's on.
Yeah, we'll be back to doing it.
Yep.
Christopher, you and Ed make us jealous.
Yeah, so I play a decent amount of video games with Stacy. We started with Overcooked, played a whole mess of that. Got to the point where we just played every single bit of it and didn't really have anything.
Why didn't they make that online multiplayer?
I don't know. I mean,
it would be such a great online multiplayer game.
It probably would, but I will say I'm really happy that it was local multiplayer because that's where I kind of was able to get Stacy kind of to get to try things out, game wise. And she did have a Wii, like when we first got married, she had a Wii and she would play like, the bowling and tennis and whatnot. So it's not like she had no game playing experience at all. But for us playing together, it really kind of blossomed like the last year and a half. And then we moved on to Don't Starve, but we quickly found out that I'm really not very good at Don't Starve. So she played with a friend of ours and they played, online together. And then I was able to give her
Katie and Kale, right?
Yeah, Katie and just Katie, not Kale.
Gotcha.
It was the three of us, and then I realized I was like, you know what, you guys know what y'all are doing, and I'm keep dying, so I'm just gonna stop playing, and you guys go. And they did a really good job with that. Got to something like 30 days or a month.
Oh wow.
Or maybe been more longer than that. I'm not really sure. But they did a really good job on that. And then I got her to try out Overwatch, and she loved it. And so we've played a ton of Overwatch together.
That's great, man.
It's incredible.
Yep.
So
I'm
cool.
really happy for you, really.
Ed.
Yeah, kind of the same. Of course, Sarah and I played a lot of Lego games together, but when it comes to the family, every Christmas when the Tapmans would come over, it was always Rabbids, any Rock Band type game. Mario Kart was definitely a big one. The Jackbox games are huge with the family. So yeah, it's a good time.
That's one of my claims to fame, Rock Band. I got to play Rock Band, and I'm a name drop. It's not a huge name drop because they're not extremely popular, but I got to play Rock Band with Johnny Swim before they were Johnny Swim, back when they were just Abner and Amanda to me and Jenny.
Cool.
And so it's kind of fun to look back on those days like, man, we played Rock Band with those guys. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And they are some talented jokers. Golly, they can sing. Ugh. They were one of the guys were like, all right, let's pass around the microphone. And you're like, oh, I'll stay on the drums.
I mean,
good question.
Very good question. Moving on, Jason Lorette. With all the stress that is happening to our great country at the present time, I have a very deep and serious question. What is your perfect burger combination? List the ingredients of your perfect burger from the bottom bun up to the top in order. Mine would be bottom bun, mayo, burger, cheddar cheese, lettuce, tomato, ketchup, mayo, and the top bun. How dare you include mayo in that? Ooh.
On the bottom and the top.
Is he Canadian?
What's wrong with mayo?
Yeah, what's wrong with
I
mayonnaise?
can't stand mayo. Ooh.
What? But you're white.
Gross.
What is your deal?
But you're white. Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
That has nothing to do. Well, maybe.
Isn't that a stereotype?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Is it really? I didn't know that one.
I don't know. I know, like, Canadians love mayo with their French fries.
Now that's
So
weird.
therefore they love
That's
mayo.
weird.
Oh.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's very weird. That's actually sacrilegious, but whatever.
Oh, jeez.
We'll get into that later.
That's an
All
Habakkuk.
right. Perfect burger combinations. We got to start with you, Gabe. You are the Burger King. Hit it.
Yeah. I mean, but I'm a simpleton.
Yeah, good.
But I think so. My favorite burger in town right now is the J. Alexander's bacon burger.
Yes, sir.
And I think it's just bun, meat, cheese, lettuce, tomato, pickles, bacon, ketchup, mustard, mayo, top bun.
Nice.
And onions in there somewhere.
Ooh, nice.
And it is delicious. Oh my gosh. And the mayo's it doesn't feel like the mayo's by itself. It feels like it's kind of like mixed in there. It doesn't feel like, on its own. It feels like it's mixed in with the ketchup and mustard or something like that. Oh my gosh, it's delicious. Lord have mercy.
Well done.
Chris? Ed?
Nope. Ed, Chris, Gabe.
I don't know that. I mean, I don't really do a crazy amount. I usually go to a restaurant or whatever and just try different things. So if I'm just making one at home, it's just going to be bun, burger, cheese, usually some bacon if I have access to that, and then lettuce, pickles, and then I like ketchup on my burger. I'm okay with mustard here and there, but for the most part, I'm just a ketchup guy. I don't mind mayonnaise, but that's more of like a chicken or a turkey sandwich kind of thing to me, really. But
there you go.
Yeah.
I gotta say too, if I'm feeling really fat, I'll go ahead and add a fried egg. And that junk.
Oh yeah.
No, there's nothing
so
fat
good.
about that, man. That is good stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's only on my fat days. This is when I got my sweatpants on.
I got my sweatpants
Yeah,
on.
they see me coming. They're like, "Oh, he's got his sweatpants on. Get the eggs ready."
He's coming. Charlie, break out the fried egg. He's coming.
Ed,
I'm gonna say bottom bun, burger.
you mean meat?
Yeah, that's the burger.
Is
Patty,
it?
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought the burger was the whole thing.
I guess it could be.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Double entendre. Continue.
I'm putting a sandwich inside my sandwich.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a turducken.
Bun, burger, bun.
Let's see. Let's put some Swiss cheese on there just to change it up a little bit.
Ooh, Swiss. All right.
Got to
He's
put some
going European.
guacamole on there.
Oh, you
all
doggone. Oh, my gosh.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll do.
Speaking of
lettuce, tomato.
stereotypes,
Exactly.
Ed's half Mexican, just in case anybody's wondering.
Lettuce, tomato, a half jar of mayonnaise, and then the top bun.
Ugh,
Half a
gross.
jar of mayonnaise.
I got to represent my
Gross.
mom.
Yeah, you got both
Right.
sides working. I like that.
That's right.
Does that mean I have to do that too? I have to be like bottom bun, meat, jerk chicken, fried rice,
Exactly.
top bun.
Mine would be sauerkraut.
Yeah, sauerkraut. Oh my gosh.
No. All right, mine is bottom bun, burger or patty or meat, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
American cheese,
Mhm.
some bacon,
Oh, yes.
a ton of pickles
Really?
Yeah, I like
Oh,
me
yeah,
some
yeah.
pickles.
and ketchup.
Yeah.
That's it. Nice and simple.
And then the
Nice.
top bun.
And then top bun. Yeah. Top bun, yes.
Or that'd be messy.
Right. Oh, yeah. I
You
mean,
gotta
it's
get that
already
top
messy.
bun. You gotta
But
hold that.
man,
hold
now
it all
you got
in
me
it.
thinking fried egg. So maybe take the pickles off and put the fried egg there, salt, pepper, and ketchup. And oh, sweet Lord,
Oh,
that is good. Woo. Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you've never had a fried egg on your burger,
Oh my God, it's
just
so
try
good.
it just one time. Just take like 2 bites. You don't have to
I
have the
just
whole
had it for
heart
the
attack.
first time like 3 weeks ago, and I love it.
Isn't it
Oh,
incredible?
it's so good.
Burger Up does that a lot too. And,
Yes,
oh,
yes.
woo-wee.
The first time I had mine, I was in a small country called I don't remember what it's called, but it started with an L, it ended with Berg. And
Luxembourg.
I was in Luxembourg. Thank
There
you.
you go.
You're welcome.
I was in Luxembourg, which is also the name of the city we were in. And so, and I don't know if the city is the country or
Yeah,
anyway.
it's the smallest country in the European nation.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Look at that. And I was
Wow.
starving. I'm at the bar. We're about to leave. And I was like, can I just get the burger? And they were like, sure. You want the egg on it? And I was like, what?
And you're like, I'm sorry, did you just rock my world?
Yeah. And the
Right.
guy or gal behind the counter was like, just trust me. And I was like, hey, if you say so. And that was like, to that point, it was the best burger I had ever had in my whole life.
Well done.
Nice.
But I also don't know if I was just starving, but it was really good.
That's awesome. Oh, here's another. I'll add throw a little wrench in this whole thing. How do you like your burgers? Temperature wise, do you like
Medium
them like rare, medium well? Yeah, I like
Oh,
that.
medium well.
Ed,
Just medium.
There
Yep.
you go.
that's how I take my
Little
steak.
pink on the inside.
Mhm. I'm not mad at that.
Nice.
I'll.
All right, who's hungry?
Yeah, exactly.
I know, seriously. I just had a coffee, so I'm not that hungry. But
Mm.
All right.
Chris, how do you take your burger?
I'll do medium rare, or I'll do medium, but I don't want much past medium. A little too
There you
much
go.
for
There
me.
you go.
Nice.
you know, I ain't trying to work too hard now.
Yeah.
That's right. Let's not
The
get
less
let's not
chewing, the
get
better.
crazy.
Just let it go right down. Just.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. All right, moving on. Dallas Robbins, when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Number one, cool freaking name.
I was about to say, that's
Robbins.
exactly what I was about to say. Good
Dallas
name.
Robbins, my dear Dallas Robbins.
Especially that first one.
That is a very cool
I'm
name.
obliged for your kind
I like that.
consideration.
What was the question?
When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Ooh, an actor.
Mhm.
Dang it. Quit
Ooh.
taking everything I'm going to say, Gabe.
We're the same
Yeah,
person.
Gabe.
Yeah, I know.
I know, right?
That's right.
Mine's the exact same. I wanted to be an actor like for as long as I can remember.
Ed, go ahead and get yours out of the
Yep.
way.
Yep, same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah. Tim?
All right, so I'm the only marine biologist of the bunch. Is that the deal? Is that what's happening right now? Am I the only marine biologist? Come on, everybody had at one point when you went to biology class or something about the dolphins and the seals and whatever. You were like,
Yeah.
oh, I want to be a marine
I
biologist.
think Stacy
Yeah,
said
was
that
me.
same thing.
You know what?
Bingo.
Wow.
I did want to be a marine biologist for a day. Like when I
There
went
it
to,
is.
the first time I went to SeaWorld that I can remember, and they were all jumping around with the whales and the dolphins, and I was like, and I remember asking somebody like, so how do you get that job? And they were like, you got to be a marine biologist. I was like, that's what I'll do.
Yep.
And that lasted
Exactly.
that lasted till the next day when I looked up how much school you have to go to be a marine biologist.
Exactly. Exactly.
I was like, shoot, I can just go to Second City and then I'm on SNL. Please, I'll do the actor thing.
Right.
All right, theater nerds. Well done.
Exactly.
All right, final question over on Twitter. Nathan Thomas.
Got to adjust my suspenders here. Hold on a second.
There you go. Okay, choose 3 of the following to be on your side, and the rest will oppose you, and who wins. Here are all the people.
Oh, Lord.
You pick.
Oh,
you
let me write
pick
this
3.
down. Hold on a second.
I know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, go ahead.
I can repeat it. Darth Vader,
Okay.
General Zod,
Okay.
Khan,
Huh.
Venom,
What?
Joker,
Okay.
T-1000,
Okay, we're all
Yeah.
over the place. I was like, Khan?
Agent Smith.
Agent Smith.
Who wins?
Is that from Men in Black?
That's the Matrix.
Oh, the
Matrix.
Matrix.
Yes,
Okay.
Matrix.
Agent Smith, Matrix.
Okay,
All right,
what-
so you got Darth Vader, General Zod, Khan, Venom, Joker, T-1000, Agent Smith. Pick 3 on your side, and who wins?
I will. Oof.
Khan. Who was after Khan?
Venom.
Venom,
Venom.
Joker.
Okay.
Joker, T-1000, Agent Smith.
Okay. That's easy.
I'll take Venom.
Okay?
I'll take Darth.
Yep, sure.
And we're talking Khan from Mortal Kombat.
No, I think it's from Star Trek.
I'm thinking Khan from Star Trek.
Oh, it's not Genghis Khan?
I don't think so.
Is it Shaka?
No,
think
it's
I think
not
it's Shaka.
Shaka either. It's not Shaka either.
Shaka
Khan.
Okay, so
Khan, K-A-H-N. So clearly, I think that's Star Trek, correct?
so Darth, Venom. Ooh, and I mean, like, if we're in the Matrix, I guess I gotta take Agent Smith.
He can multiply.
He can.
Yeah, right.
He don't die. He multiplies.
It's true. That's right.
Yeah.
You don't die, you multiply.
Chris.
I'm taking Darth Vader. I'm taking T-1000.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take Joker just to switch things up.
Oh, man.
Tim.
Yeah, I got Vader, Joker, and then it's a toss-up between T-1000 and Agent Smith. I think I'm going Agent Smith just because he can multiply and he don't die. But I like Joker just because he's sinister and he's very clever.
Yeah.
And we need. He's like, he would be probably your playmaker because he could like put it all together. But Darth is just there to crush. So
Yeah.
Ed.
Yeah, I'm doing Vader, T-1000, and Agent Smith.
nice.
Mostly because I don't know who the other 3 are.
All right.
That's funny. Yeah,
And
there
you
we go.
Call yourself an actor. I'm kidding. It's all good. That is it for the questiones. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
There we go. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
The question of the week for you guys: what game has kept you from going to bed? You know, that one last round game. I'm gonna say, I want to say Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, was that the one that I was begging you to stay up and play because we were losing?
Yes.
I was like, come on, man, one more round. We got this, one more round.
Yeah. It was at least one of them.
Yeah, I want to say Overwatch as of late. Tim?
Rocket League.
Oh yeah.
Definitely Rocket League, because I was the same way, Gabe. It was like, wow, one more game. I got to go out on a high note. And then just last week with Dishonored, I was up till 4. I'm like, because I wanted to play the game. I wanted to finish chapter 2 with all the contracts done and as non-lethal as possible. And I also tried to not get spotted too. And I just kept like saving the game, got spotted, reloaded. I was stuck on it. I had to do it. So
there you go. Chris?
Recently it's Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Keeping me up.
No, of course.
Trying to finish that dang raid boss.
You'll get there, man. You will get there.
Yeah, I know.
Can I say too, just as a side note, so when you do the strikes, you're matched up with a fire team, even if it's not people you know. So I thought they would do that for the Nightfall strike. So I was like, I'll just try the Nightfall real quick with strangers and just see what happens. That's not what happens. They throw you in there by yourself if you're not in a fire team already.
Oh,
and it was, I mean, and you can't exit. The only thing you can do is turn off the game.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, wow, really?
No,
I pressed
you can
every button.
you can leave. You can like just go to the tower or something.
It wouldn't let you. It wouldn't let me like go back into orbit.
Well, like because there was a few times where because we were working on trying to work towards. There's a exotic quest right now where you have to for this exotic gun called the Rat King, and in order to do it, the last step of it is you have to beat the Nightfall with 5 minutes left. And so we were doing this last week's Nightfall, and then we were saying, you know what? We can't. We're not doing well enough. We're going to restart it, and we would just go. I would go into the director, and I would go and restart the Nightfall strike over again.
Man, it wouldn't let me do that. Maybe I have to just.
I feel like you could go to the tower. I mean, I guess I can't think of a time where I actually left that to do that.
Yes. You have a comment, sir.
Yes, sir.
Stop saying that. So I don't know if you can. I couldn't go back into orbit, and so I don't know where. Maybe you can restart the Nightfall, but man, I was just looking at that timer like, do I really want to do 9 more minutes of this? Because I'm not getting anywhere in this game. So I had to turn it off and turn it back on to go anywhere.
And
yeah, there you
real
go.
quick, if you know what the Nightfall is, you know the other stuff too. Just saying.
If.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Otherwise, none of it makes any sense to you. So.
Yes, it does if you played the first one.
Ish.
Yeah.
Fried egg burger alert.
Ed.
I'm definitely going to go with Overwatch. Just because most of the time that I play with Stancil, and he's on Pacific time.
That's right.
So
and you're on Eastern.
Yeah, so you know it's bad when he's like, I should get to bed. It's 1 o'clock, and I'm like, oh poop, that means it's 4 here. Yeah, I should go to bed too.
Yeah, I should probably hit that. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. So let us know what game has kept you from going to bed where you're like, just a little longer. It doesn't have to be a round-based game, kind of like we're talking about Overwatch or Rocket League or even with Destiny. But what game were you like, shoot? And you look at the clock, you're like, all right, it's 11:30. I'm going to get off here in 20 minutes. I'm going to get off here at 12. I'm going to get off here at 12:15. All right, I'm going to get off here at 12:30. All right, I'm going to get off here at 5.
Man, yeah, I've done that.
There was one time when you're talking about playing with Stancil, I played with Stancil, Rocket League, him and Gil, them being on Pacific time. It was a Tuesday night, and I knew I had the podcast the next morning. And we played all the way till the podcast the next morning.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, man.
Yes, you did. I do remember that.
And it hurt because I'm an old man. I can't do that anymore. It hurt bad. Let us know. Use hashtag AnswerMTDG. Thank you guys so much for listening. 263 in the books. And I think we're getting out of here just in time for me to make some bad promises to myself while playing some Destiny 2 tonight.
Sounds amazing.
Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. I'm Gabe Patillo. That is Tim Router. That is Ed Placencia. That is Chris McCracken. And we are married to the games, and we are up out this thing. Peace!